moment.
OBS finally decided to calm down because it was.
No, Streamlabs was a bit bad last night for Star Wars, though. It was like no lower than like 8% the whole night. So we lost some keyframes every now and then. Shit, I should probably get water because Ray may pop by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a snack.
This has water in it.
No.
Me.
No. No. Water. Drink water.
It's the first ingredient.
It's the first ingredient. Guys, these are my arguments. You're not supposed to use them.
Hey, great minds think alike.
Oh shit, the ingredients are in Polish.
Ironically, I am drinking water.
Thank you. Water. Drink water. You sons of bitches.
Wasn't she talking all sweet to us like 5 seconds before that?
Drink water.
I am!
Also, yes, there's alcohol in this.
Oh, also need to
That's a
remind you.
Hardee's cup!
It is a Hardee's cup. I got some Coca-Cola and this Illinois special bottle of.
I love how it gets censored.
Yes, this mystery bottle of mystery liquid is actually a special edition for Illinois. Kraken bottle. I saw it. I'm like, I'm not going to buy anything more than $10. I walked past that liquor aisle. I'm like, fuck.
I need it.
I do be needing me some alcohol.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
The bottle's really cool.
I'm not going to.
Icarus, is that Jim Beam?
It's Jim Beam. Jim Beam vanilla.
Jim Beam
like that.
is gasoline.
Yeah, it was $1. I just wanted it because I wanted to try the vanilla flavor.
Fucking American alcoholics. Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Shut up. Fucking joke. I'm sorry. Hey.
Didn't see the suite. Can't confirm or deny. Sorry. What, Kitsune? I'm confused. Wait, Icarus found $1 gas. Damn, Southerners always get it cheap. What the fuck? Yeah, gas is $3 in Kansas right now.
Yeah, a lot of places down here.
The gas has a higher GPA than I did in college.
At least you have petrol.
Do you all not?
Huh?
There's a shortage in the UK right now.
Oh no.
Are you guys gonna have to go back to the Churchill days of burning coal?
Nah, we're gonna get some.
Are we gonna get a smog 2.0 this Christmas?
Can you like grab some water from the Thames and just set that on fire?
Our cars run on petrol, not liquid nuclear power.
I was like,
they do not have the capacity to break down radioactive waste.
Queuing for petrol. Queuing for petrol.
Even the River Clyde in Glasgow is cleaner than the Thames. The rivers in Scotland are cleaner than the rivers in London.
Because it's fucking Scotland.
Actually, right, so.
I was about to say, don't you like actually give a shit about your natural resources?
Yeah, because in Scotland you don't pay for water utilities.
You don't?
No.
Huh.
And our water is triple filtered. We can drink that shit right at the tap.
Dude, there's some cities in. This sounds really bad. There are some cities in America where you can do that.
San Francisco.
Actually, San Francisco, yes. San Diego, no.
Weirdly enough, Atlanta, you generally could. Like, it would actually.
I'm not surprised with Atlanta because Atlanta is actually surprisingly clean.
Yeah, we're also a very green city. Like in terms of like part like color. I missed Atlanta already. This is weird. Anyway, partly in like coloration because we keep a lot of trees. But also like there have been a lot of initiatives to try and make like reduce carbon footprint and stuff like that. It's still like a city with lots of corporate shit, so it hasn't fully succeeded, but it is making an attempt.
Hmm.
The tap water here in Florida does taste a little funky. So there's that.
Mhm. But
Hello,
But I just blame. Huh?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another
Hello, everyone.
episode
Welcome.
of Chimp
I'm
Kingdom
also-
Chronicles. It's episode 69, and we're
Nice.
talking about petrol shortage
And water.
and water. Could be worse. Could be talking about the fact I saw a picture of Rasputin's dick preserved in a jar.
The thing that
They
exists.
didn't call him the Russian love machine for nothing. Man had a 13-inch pecker.
And shared it with everybody. He was not very discerning with where he put it.
Just his dick itself was pansexual.
Yep. Rasputin himself was chaos sexual. Wherever there were problems, that's where he went.
Good water.
the term "don't stick your dick in crazy" does not apply to Rasputin.
No. Speaking
Well-
speaking of dicks, Hannah and I have a story from last night.
Oh no, what?
One of our players kicked a guy so hard in the balls he died.
Damn. Damn.
That's right.
And it
That's
was
what I
because
call a
of
nat
my
20.
he rolled a nat 20. Cause I gave him my inspiration to kick him in the balls.
Deserve it, though.
He deserved it. He tried to kill my character.
Yeah.
It's an attempted
It
assassination.
was,
Wait, Sam was the kicker?
yeah.
Of course, Marco was the fucking kicker.
Meanwhile, Carwin's over here like,
And my character is in a corner getting drunk because this is the second assassination attempt in 24 hours. But we can talk about Clone Wars another time. We're here for Jin Kingdom Chronicles. We are on the long-awaited episode 69 of this campaign.
nice.
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 Bridget will be joining us shortly. She's just wrapping up work. Brian T is unfortunately taking another night off, and I asked that y'all just send him some good vibes, please. He's been having a tough couple of weeks, and we've been checking up on him. We would really appreciate it if you send good vibes his way.
We love you,
We
Brian.
love you, Brian. I will find where you fucking live, and I will send you a Squishmallow. I have like 5 billion of them now.
I will send you Lego Star Wars sets if I have to.
Oh my god, he would love those.
Yes, you would.
Wait, does he have the Bad Batch set yet?
I don't think.
Can you find out for me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I need to know if I need to put this towards my next paycheck and mail it to him.
I was gonna say, Paige, if we chip in, we can get him a fuck ton.
Oh my god, if we chip in, we could get him the R2-D2. It's at my target. It's like $140 though.
Between the 7, possibly 8 of us, that's $20. That I'm okay with that.
I mean, I can check tomorrow to see how much it is. But they have an R2-D2 Lego set, like fucking full, almost full size.
Oh my
It's
God.
like half scale model. I'll
Like-
check and see what the price is tomorrow.
I think he might actually cry.
But yes, send positive energy and vibes towards Brian T's way. Kitsune, if you could drop the link tree, make sure to check out all of our social medias as well as social justice websites that we share on our link tree, our Linktree GKC. That's all of our main links there for stores, social media accounts, YouTube, social justice sites. That's the mother link. So check that out. No, I don't think there's gonna really be any new merch in the foreseeable future for GKC because I've had no energy to make more. But But hi, Nymeria. There's Nymers.
Oh.
We got a floofy boofer.
Hey, you Papa. Hey, you Amelia.
Oh.
Yo.
What a
Oh.
good boy.
Hey, Papa.
Good girl. That's a
Hey,
Good
you
girl.
girl.
Sorry.
Hey, you go, baby.
A good girl.
You're a good girl.
You know the love.
You're such a good girl, Nymeria.
Oh, there she is.
As you can see, we get easily distracted by the pets in GKC.
Yeah.
We've got Nymeria, we've got Scanlan, who is a little shithead. We've got Booker, and then we've also got Jinx and Leo, are the cast members' pets here.
About Scanlan.
Oh God,
And
no.
Sweet Pea.
As most of you know, beta fish don't live very long. I give him a week.
Oh no.
Not doing well. They don't live very long, and he's already 3.
I didn't realize he was that old.
Fix him!
Fix
I got
him.
him.
You take that back there.
I got him at the beginning of the pandemic, so he's actually 2. But they only
Uh-huh.
live to be 1 or 3 years old, like in
Mhm.
between there. Don't live long.
Mm-hmm. We will build him a glorious funeral pyre worthy of a bard.
Yep.
He just kind of flops from spot to spot, and he just kind of lays in the bottom.
Oh, poor baby.
I'm sorry.
It's all
Why am I
right.
crying? Why am I getting emotional?
I'm getting emotional because
Colt
that's
is
my
okay.
son.
His cult is okay. His cult is, and they're pretty old too. The
Yeah.
Loaches, but they just seem invincible.
Yep. Hi, Bridget.
Hi,
They
Bridget.
bury themselves in the filter and act like they're fine.
All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Making sure I get that out of the way before.
We're just in the middle of announcements right now. Speaking of which, do you
Hello.
have any updates for your shop on Etsy?
I don't really have any new stuff on my shop. I am making something that is different. It's slightly different than what I've normally made, but I'll be posting about that later.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And Sarah, you always have sales going on Society 6.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna let everybody know. Check Society 6 frequently, because something is always on sale.
Mhm.
Let's see what it is today. Today, it is wall art. All wall art is 30% off.
Also, if you happen to live in the Westchester, PA area, Sarah is a professional photographer and she is booking shoots. So also check out her Instagram, Sarah Jane Photography, to check out her work. And if you live in Westchester,
baby pictures. They'll be up
they are so adorable.
Yeah.
They are so precious.
Great, they'll be pictures.
So yeah, if you want a photo shoot done and you live in Westchester, PA, book her. She's an amazing photographer. Campaign updates for other ongoing campaigns. We have Lost Mine of Fandelver playing this Sunday. We have Humblewood, Heroes of Humble Origin will be this Monday in place of Secrets of Pandora since we had to take a hiatus this week. So that will be streamed at Aki Obsession on Twitch.
It might be like a half hour short because I have to bartend in the morning on Tuesday.
That's all right. Understandable. Tuesday is actually the premiere of Queer Questers, which is an LGBTQ campaign that I am a part of. It's run by Ryan the Enchanter on TikTok. So make sure you follow him at Ryan the Enchanter here on Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and let everyone here know what I'm playing. I am playing a tiefling, of course. I'm playing a tiefling ranger, of course. And I'm gonna have a pet badger named Truffle. So this is gonna be great.
Just roll in the stereotypes, Paige. Roll in the stereotypes.
I'm bisexual. I have to. Also, rolling into the gay stereotype of when you play a tiefling, you play it any color other than red. I am playing a green tiefling.
Ooh.
like emerald green tiefling. Like
Ooh.
very, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I have wings too. They go flap flap.
Nice.
I was extra for this game. So yeah, we have that premiering on Tuesday, so be sure to tune in at Ryan in the channel on Twitch. Every Thursday is Tales of Yggdrasil run by Mitch here, so make sure you follow him at mnchief_ here on Twitch. And every other Thursday is Clone Wars 5e, run by Star Shard Stories and hosted here on my channel. Our next session will be the November something, I think. Because next Thursday is 28th. I think it's November 4th or something is our next game.
November 4th, yes.
Yeah. Our next session is going to be November 4th. Hannah and I play in that game, so be sure to check that out on my channel. And of course, every Friday is Gem Kingdom Chronicles. And then, not this coming up Monday, but the following Monday will be Secrets of Pandora, run by Hannah here and hosted here on this channel. So be sure to tune in for that. And I am in the process of doing a mass upload to YouTube for all of the VODs that are run here on my Twitch. I still need to edit together Chapter 19 of Pandora since we had technical difficulties that session. But all the other VODs past that have been uploaded privately to YouTube, and I will be in the process of scheduling them for their premieres. So yeah, expect a lot of updates coming to my YouTube channel.
I have announcement. So my sister and I, Alice and I, have been in the works of a Winx Club inspired D&D game. We're starting it out as a one-shot. Paige is going to be in it, which I'm so excited for.
I'm playing a witch.
Hopefully we can do it on November 6th, which is a Saturday. Everybody, as far as I know, is available. So we will premiere our one-shot then.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently in the process of actually turning it into a fully fledged campaign, since multiple people have expressed desire for it to be a full game, even though they haven't even played it yet, but we're here for it.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep an eye out for that. I will probably end up uploading it myself to my own YouTube channel, which I'll finally be able to develop.
So do you want me to record it here on Zoom, because I'm able to actually record meetings?
Sure, that's great.
Yeah, and I can send you the MP4 afterwards.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be great.
All right, are there any other announcements before we move to our pregame ritual? Yes, Mitch.
My monthly one-shots are in full swing now, because and Sarah would be proud of me, I actually made a map on Astral Tabletop.
Yay!
That's great.
I had to first make an asset on Incarnate because Tabletop didn't have everything that I needed, but it was a quick make map, and it's a battle royale one shot set in Yggdrasil, and I will be picking players on the 25th. So, I'll be picking some players from two players maximum from my main D&D groups, and 3 other players that have expressed interest in Discord that I haven't played before. So that way, it's fresh faces as well as people who have are veterans as well. So it's a nice mix. And yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Very cool.
So yeah, it will be on. I'm still teetering with the time whether it's going to be the 31st of October, but given that it's a Sunday as well as Halloween, I'm unsure, or November the 1st. But that will probably be a Humblewood day as well. So again, I'm not too entirely sure, but we shall see.
Mhm.
But it is happening soon. Other than that, I have no further announcements.
Anything else, anybody? Yes,
Yeah.
Sarah.
For anyone who follows me on TikTok, I've recently acquired the last piece to my Halloween costume, which means I'm going to be creating some content soon of a devilish variety. I got the little
Do you
space
have
tattoo.
Do you have a potted plant that you can scream at?
Worth the investment.
Grow better!
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
If you follow Callie Cake on TikTok, she's made a lot of Aziraphale content. So
I
there's a lot of
know.
stuff that you can duet with her.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I love, and they started filming season 2. I'm just happy.
Anything
But
else?
yes. Nope.
Hannah? Is BB-8 helping you do the ritual tonight? Or is it Sweet Pea? What is she doing? I'm scared.
Blanket. Priority.
Yeah.
Let's turn
Nightmare
blanket.
Before Christmas. Oh, Sweet Pea!
Sweet Pea!
Bye.
Hello. How are you guys today?
Doing great! Even for No Bones Day.
I just want to say I love you all so much. You are adorable and beautiful and handsome and attractive. All of that. You guys are so special. You are amazing and you're very talented. What you put your mind to, you get it done. And that's the most important part. And even if it's a Bones Day or no Bones Day, you always make sure you take care of yourself. Because that's the most important part. So I just want to say that I love you. You are very, very special. In your own beautiful ways. You are made out of greatness and shaped in love. And you are wonderful. Mwah! I love you so much. Make sure to keep your head up, your tail back, and walk like a dinosaur. Because you can do it. You are strong and you are brave and smart. So just remember, you're loved and cared for and super strong. So make sure to keep your head up. I love you. Mwah! Bye.
Not wearing my waterproof mascara.
I haven't had a heart condition flare up in a long while, but right now, oh boy.
Promise.
It's so cute.
You know what you did, Hannah. You know exactly what you did.
My God.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hannah, has anyone ever told you need to go into voice work? Oh my God. Okay. Oh man. I think I'm good now. If that's it for announcements and rituals, without further ado, let us dive into tonight's episode of Gym Kingdom Chronicles, episode 69. Nice.
Nice.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Icarus, you have the floor, sir.
Well then, let us begin, because it is time to tell you what happened previously on Gem Kingdom Chronicles. Do I can't go high pitched anymore, guys. I can't do that till my voice settles.
So low.
How low can you go?
We're gonna see, aren't we?
Find out.
Ooh, sorry, that was a lot of that was a lot of pops. Anyway, so previously we had some interesting little things, some stuff going down. Belladonna and Zinc went over to the Chancellor's chambers after some interaction with Margie and Arden, who are the uh, gatekeepers, let's say, that disguised as like bureaucrats at the beginning of the lobby. They sent him up pretty fast for seeing the coin. In the office, Zinc is using the gem of seeing, and there's a long, good conversation in the elevator because it just it needs to take a long narrative moment. I'm sorry, that made me very happy. Anyway, um, the top floor, the actual like person's office is a big garden, huge, with lots of special plants, and they're a very old elf. They've been around for a long ass time. Um, they the our two adventurers bring the Chancellor up to speed and also get library cards for both of the Academy libraries, so they can go in and out as they please, which is great. Um, and he also gives Belladonna a Belladonna plant that they had been growing. So yeah, because haha, it matches. Uh, so yeah, uh, and I just have like a like sort of off note here that Zinc and Belladonna do end up having dinner, and Zinc ends up bringing her up to speed on everything that they have done because there were a few times where it's like, wait, that was y'all? Damn. So now Belladonna is fully aware. Um, and the next day, Drax and Isla, still in disguise, have to go to work and get the forge kind of going. They get supplies for the day and for the forge. Manage to succeed on their skill challenge to make sure that everything is up and atom and working, which is great. And it's overall a pretty hard day, lots of work for them. Darren and the twins don't get too much more info, like besides what Rayla had brought the previous time about some people like meeting up with the somebody connected to somebody that y'all are pretty sure is Severance. So you guys end up going to the meeting between a noble and one of Severance's hired hands, as far as y'all can tell. It it was definitely some dastardly shit going down. And Darren ends up following the hired hand back and ends up seeing a warehouse with a tent in it with Devotion's family cult symbol on it, and also sees a very zoned out woman inside that definitely bears a striking resemblance to Anya. We then bounced away to Devotion, who is trying to gather some of his own information in disguise to kind of supplement whatever Darren's going to get back. And he's sort of getting a bit more info on how things kind of move in the city and stuff to do with kind of orcs specifically. To see like just if there's anything he can bring back. He gets some food from a vendor and hears something about a specific orc that he wants to meet up with if possible. And he's thinking that he might be able to do so like over the next few days, but they like couldn't give him like a for sure time or anything. And he also hears that the symbol, the cult symbol, has been seen in the northwest section of town. So there's that. And the last shot that we got was Devotion, not in disguise, but so Devotion just as he normally is, and we heard Severance saying over a sending spell, how could you not notice your wife and child missing? This is why you're the failed experiment. And then the credits rolled. So yay. But so I figured as soon as I find my pen, excuse me. So I figured we're gonna start there with that sort of echo of that message that had come through, kind of reverberating around Devotion's skull. He gets to look, I'm sure, incredibly angry, upset, confused. I'm not sure what brew of emotions is displaying, but there are many. but he does hear this loud and clear. And just to and just to be clear, Severance sounds bored and annoyed and also smug, kind of all at the same time. It's hard to put that into so few words, but she somehow pulls it off because, well, she's awful. So you have heard the sending spell in your head. You do get a chance to reply. We had just cut away before you could. Did you have a reply in mind?
I did. Don't worry, little sister. Big brother will take you to the sunflower field soon. And that's it.
All right, good shit. You don't hear any. You don't hear anything further from her. You know for a fact she doesn't necessarily have the capacity for sending herself. So either she, forced or bribed someone into sending her message. You're not really sure with her. So she doesn't really give you any other responses. So you're not super sure what else you could do with her at this moment. So what you do? What do you do, Devotion?
Technically, I believe we received this as he's like still in this guy's walking back to the inn after having, because he had food, he got there.
Yes.
He turned to leave and then got hit with
this hit along, like as you're leaving the place and long before you got back to the Shady Shack.
Yeah, so he will be heading back. He will be, after he delivers his response, deep inhale, condense the rage, head back to the inn. So he'll be heading back to the Shady Shack.
Okay. Alrighty, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, sorry. So you're heading back. You've gotten a little bit of the information to kind of share, if you so choose. Since it's been a little bit, and since I want to make sure that I've got Sutha's characterization all caught up with what's been going down, I'm gonna pop over real quick, and then we'll pop back again. Lots of bouncing. So Sutha, we had sort of made it kind of vague as to what you're doing, just to make sure that you could slot in like any particulars once you got back. So what I had sort of put in as the placeholder is that you had you'd been kind of just going around the town, listening to people, and also just kind of listening for anybody that like clicks their teeth when they're talking, because you know that that's like her thing, that she can't like resist doing. If there's anything else that you would have liked to have been doing, please let me know. But that's sort of the vague generality that we've got. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay then.
Okay, so I'm sorry, like what are you
So
I'm sorry.
is there anything else that you may have been like looking for specifically, or anywhere in particular maybe that you wanted to just highlight, like that you had been seeking out, or maybe having like a confrontation or questioning someone? I say questioning because I feel like it's more like, tell me what you know. I don't really know. Repeat.
I think I would try, because like I've been spending a lot of time with my group that I tend to know that, oh, so Deer intends to go to the bars to get information, so I'm gonna go to a bar to get information.
Such a bad influence. Oh no.
This is gonna go so well.
Best influence. What are you
Sending a
talking
teenager
about?
to the bars.
No, here's the thing. You're not sending her. She's going on her own free will.
Yeah.
Do as I say.
And you decided to leave her unsupervised.
I did.
You're a full-grown adult.
I went
and
work
you
mode the moment we
left
got
me.
here. Now I'm on a roof.
Knock, knock, knocking on Severance's roof. I don't know.
Definitely not heaven's door.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not even close. All right, cool. So yeah, you could definitely have gone into a bar or something sort of akin to that, since that's where people tend to talk like most easily. So if you just pop into like one of the first bars that you have seen, there's a pretty good, because you guys started off in the just beginning to be disreputable part of town, which is why your place of like your base at this point is set up in the Shady Shack. That's literally the name of this place. Um, so you guys are sitting there, so you're close enough to it that that you can hopefully find and talk to some of the shadier people, and kind of just see where it goes from there. Do you have anyone in particular that you were going to like go talk to? Like, I'm going to talk to the busboy or the bartender or the meanest looking motherfucker in the place.
Bartender. Also, I'm having trouble getting on to D&D Beyond to
Like
even look
it's-
at my character.
I
So-
can pull your character sheet up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm finally able to get it.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm not able to get it on my computer. So, okay. All right. I got it.
Okay.
But yeah,
Alright,
bartender.
Technology. Okay. Oh, the chunky boy. He looks like he's demanded a treat and
Mr.
hasn't
Chunk.
received it.
Mr.
Oh.
Bob, sir.
Cute. Okay. So yeah, so if you go into one of the nearby places, go up to the bartender, stuff like that. This is not the same one that Darren is working at, so this would not have any overlap with that. It's a different shady bar. So yeah, it's a human just chilling, cleaning a glass as they normally do. Looks like he's been doing this job for God knows how long. And sort of just like looks you up and down. What do you have?
She puts 3 gold coins on the table and says, information.
I'll do my best.
So she gives a description as best she can of what Devotion Sister looks like. She gives the notice of the vocal habit, and she gives a description of do we know if the children are safe, because Devotion has not told us everything.
He has told them that they are in safe hands. They're separate. They're in safe hands, away from everyone else. They're being kept safe away.
They're essentially under the care and protection of like somebody else from the church who has been like, I've got to stay hidden until you get your shit like handled. So we're gonna be incommunicado, but we'll be fine. So it's supposed to be just Anya here if she's still alive, because you technically don't know yet.
Okay. Yeah, so she gives a description of what Anya looks like. She gives a description of the sister. Yeah.
Okay.
And the logo, that
cult symbol. Good job.
Triangle with a circle in the middle, yes.
I'm gonna say, since you were able to give this guy stuff and handed over 3 gold, roll. Insight has been our like gather information skill because we don't have one anymore. So roll insight with advantage in this case, because you've got a good like stock of stuff of like, here is some things that I could have information on, please.
No, I don't need. My God. One sec. 7.
Damn. I think your dice are just like, no.
With advantage?
Oh, with advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was just like, damn. Okay.
I was like, wow.
This idea of asking for help. Tell me where they are. Who?
They went that way.
19.
Okay, cool.
Better.
Much better than 7. Okay, so the guy kind of looks you up and down, looks down at the coins, kind of tilts his head as though he's like kind of looking off into the abyss. Well, I ain't seen no tieflings like that. They don't. They're a spot rare, you know. They tend to stick out like a sore thumb. But I think I heard something from somebody's brother that they're somebody who talks kind of like that in town, somewhere in the northwest section. And I don't know if I rightly believe Rufus, he's usually drunk, but it is worth a shot, I guess, for the gold that you got here. I haven't seen any pretty little lady like that though. And trust me, I look for him. Sudha does not know what to do with this information.
So she basically gives the location of the inn that they're staying at, and she just basically says, if you find any more information, that's where I'm located, and there is more gold where that came from. Also, who's Rufus and where do I find him?
Well, Rufus is like I said, my friend's brother. Usually real drunk. He's got this bum leg that I swear he always knows when it's about. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I love that you were doing that because Sudha's just like, I really just don't give it. Like,
Sudha's just like, no, please.
Egg leg right now.
It's just like, can we move on, please?
Edgar is tapping into the West Virginia roots.
I don't have to tap very far, let's be fair. He's like, oh, right. Well, sorry guys, he's like a 60-some-year-old bartender anyway. So now you're gonna find him in the West End district, a little close to where like your inn place is. Now he doesn't really have a singular location. Let's say he moves around a lot, you know, gets people things as they need it and as they pay him for, maybe things that ought not come through the front gate, if you get my drift. So if you go over to your Shady Shack and you go down about 3 blocks, you're going to turn left where the cattle car dropped over that one time. And you'll notice it. You can't miss it. It's a Devo gouge in there. You're going to turn left there, and if you kind of wait around that crossroads after dark, Rufus kind of hangs around there a little bit in the early parts of the evening. He should be able to give you some help.
It was at this moment that Sutha realized Darren's heart is harder than she thought.
Yep.
What
Darren has to sit
the
through
fuck?
this while his patrons are drunk.
Why did you just write the fucking directions down, you dumb barkeep?
Ain't got much use for them word writing.
I'm gonna guess he's illiterate.
He knows just enough to do like his taxes and books. That's it.
That's not even
yes.
numbers.
Yes,
She knows
because the
numbers
only
and
thing
stuff.
that's important is taxes.
Death and taxes.
No, like this part just reminds me of every rural, like old person in like Scotland
no.
right now.
Y'all, I have talked to so many of these people at my family reunions. Anyway,
every time they try and give you directions, they assume you've lived here for at least 25 years. So you
Yeah.
know where the cattle thing
The
happened. You know what band they're talking about. Yeah, that road, that ain't a road no more, but it's now a road again. Like
It's like, oh yeah, or like now the Wendy's that used to be a Dairy Queen that used to be an Arby's. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, so yeah, he tells you all of this. If you prompt him for a piece of paper, I can roll and see how good of a map he can make you, if you would like.
Yes, I prompt him for a piece of damn paper.
Okay, you know what? You got lucky. I rolled a 17 on the die. I was just gonna make it a flat roll. He draws up a vaguely a followable map. It is not going to win any awards. It is not going to make sense to anybody who has not had this conversation with this man. He still makes something to where to find Rufus.
Fair enough. She drops another gold coin because she apparently is the richest of you all. It's just like, thank you.
Anytime. Orcs are always welcome here. Got plenty of them.
So she just kind of leaves and she's just like looking around. Oh, I want to make I know it's a long shot. I would like to make a perception check to see if anybody was like trying to be nosy about that conversation.
Okay, make it for me.
Sorry, I'm not used to using it on the app, so just give me 2 seconds. Boom. Boom. $25.
Fuck, okay. So you're able to you're able to get like a pretty good like sense of your surroundings. You basically kind of like as you're looking at the map and kind of like checking things, you're able to get a pretty good plausible like excuse for a very in-depth look around. So I think you end up kind of glancing around, looking around, seeing what's going on. You don't see anybody that looks like they're necessarily listening to the conversation that you just had. However, you do see a fairly small half-orc child just staring at you from across the street.
And she just like knocks on the table. Barkeep, sir.
Yeah, what's up?
What's that?
Well, that's a child.
Susan's just like,
That is a lost child.
That is a lost child.
I pick up the child. I got the child.
That's gonna be Sutha in 2 seconds.
Never knew exactly where I was going.
why? What? I thought you said we. Why is it staring?
This is the way.
Well, it could be because you're pretty. It could be.
Susan just like all of my hate in one glare.
All of it. I don't.
The goal of this man.
I know I'm pretty. I can also break your legs.
Yep. And all the rest of you. Well, it could also be maybe he's all intimidated by it. He gestures to all of you.
You just gestured to all of me.
Exactly. He could be just like literally just you could be intimidated by it. It could be he likes weapons. I ain't a mind reader. I don't know, kid.
Susan just kind of like she's like that awkward like when you know something is look like when you can see something, it's just like you're gonna nonchalantly like walk up to it and you're just gonna like bob your head like in specific ways. Like she's looking at it like it's she's never seen it before, even though she's seen it before.
Yeah. Make me real quick. Make me an insight check. 6.
Her insight is not good. Okay. She
Okay,
has
fair enough.
+1 for insight.
You can't tell like what's on this kid's face. Like you don't know like what emotions are going on. But make me a perception check again.
Okay, I got that.
Okay.
25.
Fuck. Okay. You have no idea what this kid's thinking. You have no idea like what's going on in his head. As you kind of like notice as you're still looking. You do know that he's like looking back at you. Eyes are wide, and then you realize, because it's a little boy, he kind of looks like you remember your dad looking.
So she just like stops, like how she's like awkwardly looking at them. Like clearly she's not hiding that she's confused that this thing is looking at her, but then all of a sudden she just like stops, stands still, is wide-eyed, and I don't know if she's in the middle of the street or not.
You don't know what to what?
I don't know if she's in the middle of the street while she just like stops walking and just stands there.
I'm sorry.
Because she's like having a monetary flashback and it's not going well. Like I feel like the camera goes into her eye and like just like flashback of childhood, and it's gonna suck.
It's like that scene in Ratatouille where he has the childhood flashback while eating Ratatouille. However, this is the not fun flashback of Ratatouille.
So you do have that quick play flashback of just like, okay, this kid is staring. This kid. Oh, it's a. Oh, it's just like this like process of like events, and then we get that, like you said, that like zoom in shot that does like a flashback to like teeny tiny Sutha, and it's like this. It's like this hot Mod Podge. What? It's this Mod Podge of like good and bad memories, because it's like, you know, you talking to your dad and him like telling you a story with like shadow puppets against the wall kind of thing, and he's still got his tusks and everything's going great and it's so sweet, and he does like the little like airplane catch kid game that you do with all children when they're like less than 4, maybe like less than 6 if you're a big strong man, and then you've got like the smash cut to like focusing on his tusks, then the smash cut to your memory of the day that they like discovered the rebellion, smashed it to pieces, dragged him up in front of everybody and cut them off, and just hearing those like the screams of like the people and of him like coursing through. Smash cut again to losing your mom. Smash cut again to him just fucking gone, like just ripped away from like all of the horrible shit that was going down in the Obsidian Caves. And it's just like damn, bam, 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 one on top of the other, and you're just kind of in the middle of the street having a bit of an emotional crisis. And I think the kid like, oh, okay, yeah. The kid kind of finally notices you noticing and does one of these like, oh, and then just kind of like looks around and then just kind of takes off. What do you do?
Am I able to come out of that momentary trance without someone possibly hitting me? Or does someone need to like apparently hit me in order for that to happen?
Make me a wisdom save.
Damn it, why do I suggest things?
Because it makes it interesting.
Just a basic wisdom?
No, whiz save. So if you have proficiency with it, you do get to add that.
I do not.
Okay, so then yeah, just your wisdom modifier.
10.
Okay, not quite it. not quite it. So yeah, you do hear like somebody start sort of like hey, and you hear like the neighing of a horse, and you hear like a kind of grating on the ground as it scoots past you. Okay, you actually get like bumped by the horse's shoulder and kind of like teeter a little bit, You're gonna take just technically two bludgeoning damage from a horse kind of just smacking India. But you do sort of come out of it. Real quick, make me another perception check.
$29.
Christ. She learned very well from Darren, I see. So you're able to come back out of it. You shoot your glance up and down along the street, and you manage to catch the boy like kind of whipping, like heading for the corner, and about to whip around it. But you still have full line of sight on him, and you can catch up if you so choose.
Yeah, Sutha books it.
You're booking it. So yeah. Quick. So we see you head over toward the corner. We see like the kids, like the tail end of his tunic, like whip around it. We see you like round the corner and see this kid who's still like kind of going down. We see you like take a breath and then like just start forward. And then we jump over to someone else. Yay. Quick. Lots of good shit this time. So yeah, we're gonna hop back over to, I'm trying to remember the order of shit last time. I know Darren's got some more stuff. Devotion's got some more stuff.
Feel free to show it too if you want. It doesn't have, you don't have to do us in order unless, I mean.
No, I'm just trying to make sure like I hit everybody.
Also, welcome back. It was good to see you, Bridget. And Leo, of course. That's not Leo?
That's Bob.
That's Chonkers.
Chonkers. The Chonkers.
That's the Chonkers.
Who's your
Big
boo-boo?
Chonkers.
Oh, Bob. Wait,
Okay.
I'm also Bob.
Cue the X-File music.
For the
Oh, you're
record,
Alfredo.
this is what Maximus looks like.
Aww.
Hey, yo, Chonkers.
Oh, the Mac.
Give Bob a chef's hat.
Perfect.
Oh
We have
God,
to
I
use that
miss
side at
Maximus so much.
No. Such a good kitty.
So I think I'm gonna bounce back over to y'all at, well, I think honestly I should probably bounce back over to Darren because he also had found some juicy intel. And we should see what he wants to do with it before he reconvenes.
Sarah's look was like, what?
Me?
Well, because what happened for me was in the middle of the night. So I didn't know if we were going to jump to me that fast. Okay.
Yeah. We're just bouncing.
Timing is an illusion in this campaign.
A little bit, yeah.
Time is a weird soup. Good
Yeah,
soup.
good soup. So yeah, also presumably Darren, like after you find out some of the stuff, you can take it back to them and we'll just kind of push everyone forward to, oh hey, look, it's after dinner and you guys are awoken by Darren coming in and be like, hey, I've got news. just like fucking storms in through the window, backflips, lands, superhero pose. I have news. Anyway. Somebody please draw that. Anyway.
Can I buy coffee first? No.
Nope.
There's no time for coffee. Damn it, man. I'm fine, I promise. I'm ridiculous. Anyway, so Darren, you were looking down at a scene, not exactly what you expected to find, but also somehow exactly what you expected to find. It's one of those
Something out
weird
of Criminal
things.
Minds, which I've been binge watching again, you know.
I binged 10 seasons of Criminal Minds to prepare me for this moment. Honestly, sir. So, what do you do?
Do I see anyone I recognize in the general area? Are Isla and Drax coming back from the forge? Is anyone nearby?
This part of town is a little bit more north of where y'all had like kind of set up your base. It's on like it's on the shadier side of town, to be completely fair. Excuse me, goodness. So it it's just one of those things. So down below, what you're seeing, because this I'm presuming we're just picking up where I left off with you of like you just saw this person down below.
Yeah,
the
I'm
only
still
person
on
that
the
you
roof.
can out recognize, real quick, just because I feel like he would just do like a quick double take just to make sure he isn't seeing things. Go ahead and roll me one more perception check.
I really hope none of you fuck me right now, because we can't do that. We're behaving today. Behaving. Okay. 26.
26. Okay. So yeah, you're able to get a pretty good overall look at this place. You see the tent in the corner with the symbol on it that hasn't changed. You see you see a kitty. A fluffy. Anyway, you see a smattering of various and sundry lowlifes, thugs, punks for hire, whatever the fuck you want to call them. PFH? Yeah, PFH, yeah. Punks for hire. And like I said, very, very zoned out, like almost like she's just kind of like she's just like the lights are on, but no one's home. You can see a person that like as you're looking closer and like trying to really zoom in on just her, as far as your focus goes, you're pretty much certain that it's Anya that you're seeing that is just zoned out, like very faintly kind of rocking back and forth, like as she's standing, like keeping her balance, but just like I said, not fully there. So yeah, just kind of staring at the fire. But yeah, but you don't know because you can't really tell. It looks like the tent's made of some pretty thick cloth. You don't know and can't tell from this height and this distance whether or not Severance is in that tent or if this is just like her base and she's out. You honestly don't know yet. But you can pretty much peg that is Anya.
All right, I'm going to very quietly climb down off of the roof.
Okay.
Duck into a back alley and pull out my figurine of Wondrous Power.
That's right.
Sonic.
You got the obsidian dog.
I have the obsidian dog. I'm going to send the dog to go get some buddies. The dog can talk, by the way.
Incredible.
I thought it was Onyx dog and then Obsidian steed.
Yeah, it's an Onyx dog. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Onyx
Sorry,
dog.
not me to get technical on gemstones, but I'm just like,
The dog speaks common.
Oh my god.
Good boy.
So I released the dog and I sent him to go get my buddies.
You released the hound.
I released the hound.
Question, which
And
buddies?
And then I'm just going to climb back on the roof and wait.
You never specified which buddies, though.
I think he'll actually go towards, because I know right now the closest is Rayla. So I think it's going to first go to Ray. I'll tell him to find Rayla, let her know where to find me, and then go to the tavern, which is the Shady Shack.
Yeah.
Go to the Shady Shack and wake the rest. I know you know them.
Okay.
And I will climb back on the roof.
keeping watch.
Yeah,
Good
and then he's basically just running surveillance until other people show up. And if things look like they're about to get hinky, then he will have the paralyzing eye stalk in his hand, just in case.
Incredible.
I know
Also,
how to use my
why
resources.
do I give you people these items anyway?
I forgot you had that.
Yeah, the paralyzing one is not one of the ones I gave your brother.
Good.
Technically,
figured that
I'm
would
not.
not be a good
Technically, I'm not Sierra anymore.
I know. Still have it.
Yeah, I know.
You know, instead, her brother has one of the wounding eye stalks because I had 2 of those. That's probably worse.
And I'm on another plane of existence. I can't stop him from doing shit.
Nope.
Mistakes have been made.
Just a little. So, okay. And the others at the shack, and you're gonna just wait there, see what kind of info you can get. Okay.
And if it looks like shit's about to happen, then he'll jump into action.
Okay. Cool. Devotion, high or low?
High.
Okay.
I don't like you right now.
That's okay.
Like, blood pressure.
My
heart condition, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Blood
about
rocket.
conditions, you asshole.
Blood rocket is skyrocketing.
Technically, I don't. Sometimes I just have high blood pressure, but this is not helping.
Oh no! Help, police!
Oh no!
Sorry, I get
My
that
heart
for
rate.
I get that for person. So Darren, that was actually for your little scenelet here. You're watching, you're observing, you're trying to just keep track of everything while the dog like runs off and disappears pretty quickly into the distance. It's interesting. It's almost like the dog, because you as a quick aside, you do remember that the dog when you got it was a very shiny example of onyx. Like it was still pure black onyx, but it was still a very shiny example of it, like it had been polished or tumbled. Now that it's been with you for a little bit of time, and now that like you've like given it some commands and like it's kind of gotten a feel for it's the owner that it's attuned to, because it is an attuned object, it's now become more of a matte black finish, so that it blends into shadows more easily and doesn't reveal its location, and even its eyes aren't quite as shiny as you remember. It's not that it's dulling from like use or anything, because the dog is still like fully responsive, fully like energetic, everything. It's almost like it's taking on some of your preferences and attributes and kind of adapting them to itself, because he is your dog.
Cool. That's super cool.
Magic items will change because of attunement. I have stand by this. Anyway, so as the dog kind of fades off into the night, which you notice because it fades much quicker than you remember it doing. Granted, that was like near the mouth of a cave last time, but still, it's just sort of like, oh, it's the fuck did it? Shit. Okay, yeah, no, it's gone. So, oh, good job. So you're still sitting and watching and stuff like that. And you hear some commotion from the people down below. You're not seeing much of anything to do why, but it looks like a couple of them are doing like the look to corner, notice, and like nudge each other kind of thing, like on and on. So they're reacting to something, and after about a minute of this, they're all sort of either standing or just actively looking over toward the corner that you can't see from this angle. And you but you do, and I'm just going to use your fucking, even if you don't roll for it, your fucking passive is high enough. You hear sort of a door slam shut behind somebody, and you hear some pretty heavy footfalls, and some like additional movement sounds that you can't quite decipher. You're not sure what the fuck those are. But as you do so, after a few minutes, you see a tiefling come into view in this lower area, and you realize that the extra sound that you couldn't quite peg to, just because it was a bit different from how like Devotion carries himself, is actually the sound of her tail actively sliding along the floor. And the reason it's different is that it seems like she goes out of her way to make it almost slither behind her, like actively slither, kind of like a snake, just because of the extra unnerving sensation that it gives anybody watching. So yeah, that's great. And after a few more minutes, she's sort of looking around the room, and you can just see the cruelty, the inhumanity, and that like sadistic glee just kind of there all the time. She's clicking her teeth very faintly as she's looking at everybody, and looks over sort of at Anya, does like a quick scan, and then seems like, okay, we're good there. And she raises her hand kind of and gestures over to a cauldron that you could see in the corner that you hadn't noticed before, because it's not on a fire, so like why the fuck would you? But as she points over to this cauldron, you realize that while it's not on a fire, because it's full of gold. Like it's fucking stuffed with gold. Like it's just got a little pile of it. It could have been mistaken for like a gold rice, like yellow rice at this distance, but now that you're seeing the luster of it, no, that's gold, and maybe some jewels in there too. So she kind of points over. Now, did everyone put in their share? Because we know, and she like clicks her teeth much louder than I'm currently able to, and it's like this really quick, like rapid, like, you know what happens if you don't put in your share. Everyone around the room looks at each other, and like you see like nodding heads go kind of around the room. It's quiet though. Nobody is confirming verbally, and Anya's not doing anything. She's still just staring at the fire. And she goes, well, let's just click, see. And she goes over and she puts her hand on the thing, and then she also moves over and puts a couple of bricks, it looks like, on a scale, which is when you realize, like, oh, it's on a scale. That's why it's okay. No. So yeah, it's on a set of scales. She loads. She's got like a pile of bricks next to it, and she specifically, like, as she's tapping each one, they kind of glow just a little bit, very faintly. It looks like she's tapping a specific place on them. She loads them up. It looks like she's only loading like 3 or 4 of them, but they all kind of glow together. They weigh off, like just those 4 bricks weigh off the cauldron, but then the bricks dip down, and they're just a little heavier than the cauldron and all of the gold that's in it. They're not equal. And she, real quick, make me an insight check for like the distance that you are, but just make me a quick insight check.
18.
You're able, because of your like raised position above all of this, true, you are at a distance, but even from here, you can see that while she should have been angry, upset, annoyed that apparently like her expected haul is not what it's less than it's supposed to be. You see this quick flash across her face of just this like, oh goody expression, which just is very disconcerting, makes like your entire stomach like turn into a little thing of ice, just like, oh, this isn't gonna be good.
So much worse.
uh and she turns back around and goes, oh, click click click, oh no, someone has decided that they know better than me. Click 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 click, how much they're supposed to be putting into our communal gathering. And you hear like a click click. Now, whoever could be so foolish as to think they know better than me? And everybody's like, all of the guys here, because it seems to be mostly dudes, all of the guys here are like looking at each other, looking back, like, who did it? Who? And it takes about 10 seconds, to their credit, not much. It takes about 10 seconds for them to look at each other and then look, and then one guy like kind of glances down at the pouch of someone next to him, and then grabs his collar and shoves him forward. He goes, it's gotta be this guy. I mean, look at that. Look, he's got so much on him. He must be holding back from his share. It's gotta be him. And then that guy, of course, turns around and goes, what? I always put it, you. And then they go back and forth for a little bit. A couple of other people pitch in. All of these people, it's very concentrated, small things. There's some people on the edges that are just like, nope, I ain't fucking touching this with a 10-foot pole. I did my shit. I'm good. It's mostly concentrated in like 3 or 4 people that have kind of started going round and round. And these people, they don't seem to know much what to do. They're just accusing each other out and out. And she eventually, she says silence, but it comes through, it resonates through the room in such a way that it just like makes your, even like you who isn't in the room, it just kind of makes your skin crawl, because it's almost like she whispered it like within your like self. It's a very strange thing. But it's just sort of like, I don't like that shit at all. But she just says silence. So, click. One of you 3 thought to cheat me. Is that right? Click, click, click. Well, we just can't have that now, can we? All 3 of them are frantically just like, no, it wasn't me, it was him, or it was him. Going back and forth, cannot, of course, each of them is accusing the other 2 of being the one to have withheld some of their stuff. And she just sort of does this, and you can, especially because Darren, you have seen some of the worst of humanity and also trained under some of the worst people, depending on like your viewpoint of it. So it probably specifically for you gives you this weird and very unwelcome sense of deja vu to see like just that gleam of legitimately just sadistic joy in her face as she looks around at all of them. Since we can't agree on who it is, click, 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 I guess we'll just have to make sure to remove, click, all of these rogue elements. And she says that they all drop to their knees and start begging and pleading. And she just kind of like waves her hand, and you hear this high-pitched, like grating, but still like entirely truthful, just like shriek of laughter from her. She snaps her fingers, and Anya like responds in much as that she like turns her head over, still completely like blank, and then just raises her hand, and a fireball bursts out, engulfs the guys, and they're gone. And everybody there is entirely silent. Nobody does jack shit. Nobody says shit. They ain't looking to get some attention. Anya puts her hand back down and goes back to like just staring at the fire, like her head kind of canted to the side. And Severance uses this as an excuse to go up to one of the closest people to her. She gets up like right in his face, and she's much taller than him, like regardless. But she's much taller, gets up right in his face and like catches him under the chin and makes him like look all the way up at her because he was not. And she goes, so what I need everyone to do is go ahead and put an extra third to cover for what these scoundrels have done. Click, click, click. And then you're going to need to make sure that you offer me replacements that aren't going to endanger your own lives. Because clearly somebody's recommendations just weren't solid enough. And we don't want to repeat that mistake, do we? And she like taps this guy on the nose. He like, his face like loses all color and he like, yes, ma'am. She like moves away. He like kind of drops down to like the stance where like you're putting your thighs on your hands on your thighs, like, oh God. And she kind of like looks back over as she's heading over toward her tent and goes, remember, only good recommendations. We don't want a repeat of when I first got here, do we? Darren, you can just feel like the visceral just of everybody in that room. She goes into her tent. Anya sits down, which is the only like first move she's made that you can see. And everybody in the building just kind of trickles on out of there, looking a little worse for wear. And as we cut away from Darren, we have like a long shot of like from the ground looking up at him, like kind of crouched over the rooftop. We have a thing from the ground of like the dust that is all that's left of those guys, just kind of whoosh, before we jump cut.
My God.
Can I just say,
What did I miss?
So I just love how uncomfortable she is.
Are you okay?
You okay?
That was the wrong pipe.
Oh no, don't do
I
that.
went down the wrong pool. Please turn around.
Breathe.
Damn you lungs.
Okay.
I'm good now.
I'm very glad at how uncomfortable she makes everybody. I'm very happy.
Look, if you give me when I have the chance to make a villain really like wackadoodle sadistic, I'll do it. I can't do it in real life, but I'll do it. Ooh, that was a lot of pops. Okay, that felt good. So let's see. It's the middle of the night. I want to try and get our timing a little bit synced up, but I wanted to give us like that little bit. So I might, what I'm proposing, I might pop back and have you guys be having dinner and like do like a little bit of like the fun stuff so y'all can RP a little bit. Like as a smaller group, it would be Isla, Drax, Zinc, and Belladonna, just so y'all have like a little bit of time to do role play as a group. Before I'll pop back over to Sutha, handle her stuff with what's going on over there, and then she can like rejoin y'all as the dog is getting there, kind of thing. But I want to make sure you four also have plenty of time to do RP. So time is wibbly wobbly bullshit that I get to play with like a slinky. At least for this session especially. It's just so I'm gonna pop back over to we have one of those great like Bambi-esque mood whiplash jump cuts of, oh okay, those are some people's ashes just like shuffling across the floor in the breeze, to jump cut to the Shady Shack like tavern in place, and y'all are the only ones in like the little dining room area, and it's like in the middle of an uproarious laugh from everybody as Zinc is recounting like, no really, I went home and I was a sheep.
Belladonna has a whole ass fancy tea set out, and she's poured tea for everyone.
She's also gotten the surprisingly decent charcuterie board.
Yes, I have a lot of random shit in my bag of holding. Not me starting to add that to the fucking bag of holding.
Yes, you get one polished oak charcuterie board.
Okay.
Oh, and then there was
Oh, you have to go with the oak. Like,
yeah. There was that time that I also turned into a plant a couple times.
that one time a couple times.
That one time a couple times. Oh, look, it's a Drax. Sorry. It's a Holden and a Poppy.
Wait. So you're telling me? Oh, hello, darlings. Come over here and join us. Antonio here was just recounting his various wonderful tales from growing up.
you see
Is that
Holden,
right?
a sooty, sweaty ass mess.
Oh,
Just-
okay. One second, I gotta check, make sure I have this spell. Do I have it? Before you sit down, darling, let's get you a little cleaned up. And you see some gold sparkles as she wiggles her fingertips as she casts prestidigitation to clean you up.
Oh, I don't mind helping you there. And you see like teal sparkles as well.
Actually, I think this is one of the first times we've actually gotten to see Belladonna like actually cast actively.
Mm-hmm.
What? And you mentioned golden sparkles. Is that all that her magic does, or does it?
Yes, gold sparkles. Definitely are the little effects that she casts.
I love the aesthetic.
And it smells like roses. Also, when she casts magic,
Oh, I love that.
because her mom was a botanist, so.
Good shit.
Hold on, just like, oh hell, what the?
I hope you don't mind, but my mama taught me specific manners growing up, and you never arrive to the dinner table looking dirty.
Oh, I forgot to tell you all about Isla's mother. She's a piece of work.
We don't need a we don't need a revisit of that woman.
Well,
DM, what kind of charcuterie board did I have again?
A polished oak.
Polished oak.
That is mahogany.
Charcuterie.
Look,
I'm
if it's
actually
oak-
adding this as a custom
Look,
item.
if it's oak, I feel like in a pinch, because maybe that's how Belladonna thinks, she could use it as a shield if she really needed to, or to bop someone over the head. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I will,
I mean,
because it's
somebody-
oak, I will approve
I
if
like
you
that
ever
idea.
use it as an improvised weapon.
Just whack someone over
And
the head.
then I have my heirloom tea set.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sneeze. I apologize.
Feel free to find a pretty picture of like a tea set on Google and show
I
everybody.
will.
Oh, that was
But
close.
no, as soon as Antonio mentions Poppy's mother, Holden instantly just like that. Antonio.
I'm gonna say she's a bitch. Anyway,
Yes, she's a bitch. We'll leave it at that.
yep. Did you want
Right,
anything
she
from
was.
Star?
Oh, she just right. She was.
But it's okay because we have a Poppy with us, and she's amazing. Did you want anything to drink? Anything from the waiter? Hello, waiter.
I also have some tea brewing on the table here.
Oh, I'll take some tea.
Alrighty, let me pour you a glass, sugar.
I will also take
I
some
s-
tea.
And she sets two very beautiful teacups that have like different sorts of flowers printed on them, and pours tea. If you look, because I want to be bougie as shit,
Yes.
it's not your average tea set. If you look at the painted flowers, they seem to shift and move as if they're in a light breeze.
Ooh.
Magic tea set, bitches.
Antonio Alfredo Bob would also have had tea with you prior to them arriving, so we all have a cup in front of us. Does anyone want anything from the ghost?
I'm and like, is the charcuterie board up as well?
Yeah, there's a charcuterie board with all sorts of meats, cheeses, fruits, nuts.
Honey.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a charcuterie board without honey.
Yep. It's in a cute little glass dish with the honey wand and everything.
Honey dipper.
There's
Yes, the
honeycomb.
honey dipper.
Yes.
Honeycomb inside.
I'm
I'm
loving this aesthetic right now. It's not even funny.
We're having a tea party
Sarah's like, what the fuck?
in the shittiest
This
goddamn bar.
conversation
is happening.
triggered my Google Home to explain to me the movie The Haunting.
What?
What?
I actually love that movie. It's so
What?
good.
How?
Home wants you to experience spooky season.
Apparently.
I mean, Belladonna is a witch, so.
Now I want charcuterie, y'all. Damn it.
Me
I
too.
know.
Um,
I saw somebody today that had like bologna, ham, and like 18 other kinds of meat and cheese.
Mhm.
I was just like, that's all you're getting? Ugh.
Well, it looks like you two have very hard at work today.
the forge is lit.
Well, that's good to hear.
Paint is dry.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And just so
Um,
you know, Belladonna's disguise is gone. She's back to her tiefling form once again with the icy, like white blue eyes that have no irises or pupils.
Hold on, we'll look to Poppy. Do you think now that we're inside, should we drop the disguises?
Oh, hold on. I don't think that's alright. I think we should wait until we're alone. Give me a moment. And Antonio Alfredo is gonna walk over to the bartender and just be like,
Jeffrey.
is it a possibility to have some privacy? Do you have a room or something?
Yeah, got the private room in the back. It's just dinner, right? No.
Of course. What do I look like to you?
You're saying if you're lying, you're cleaning it. I ain't doing it.
Hi.
Thank you
Hold
so
on.
much, Jeffrey. You are such a
Abba
delight.
bamba.
And Belladonna's gonna toss a gold piece to Jeffrey.
Linguini Alfredo.
Jesus Christ.
God, you go in there. It's
Spouting out words out of anger.
It's for some of those highfalutin types like to come down here and don't want nobody here to business. So it's got some stuff around, and I'm the
Mamma
one here. I
mia.
ain't doing shit. How bad?
He'll Antonio Alfredo will angrily put down 5 gold on the thing and be like, "Don't disturb us, please. We need the privacy."
Look, and he like kind of tosses after specifically Alfredo as he's going. And I'm just saying, if you fuck on it, you clean it. I ain't doing it.
Ay, yeah, mamma mia.
Right.
At that point, Holden is literally gonna grab Antonio like by the shoulders, like, all right, come on, let's go.
Meanwhile,
go.
Belladonna is just mage handing and having the mage hand carefully carry the charcuterie board and tea set into the new room.
Amazing.
I will also grab some of the stuff off the table as Holden is carrying me.
Literally just whoop. Come on.
Muttering in Italian. Not actually swearing, not saying anything like offensive, just
Vaffanculo, fottete, fillo di puttana.
Seeing is like a small dog.
Thank you,
that can't get
Assassin's
up-
Creed.
Seeing is like the small dog that can't get up on the couch but doesn't want to be picked up or helped. No, I can do it. Yeah.
oh, no.
No, that was my cat Lottie.
Aw. And then as soon as we're in,
If I die, I die.
And when we're in the new room, after I get the table set up with the charcuterie board and the tea set, I snap my fingers again as my bag of holding opens, and I'm just like, I'm gonna make this just a little bit more like comfort in here if you don't mind. And my mage hand starts pulling out a couple of tapestries and pillows to sit on the ground to make it a little bit more comfortable for us to have dinner.
Incredible.
oh my goodness.
I'm Mary Poppins in this bitch. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
You're amazing. Sorry, it's gonna take a second to adjust. Drax, Isla, what were you able to find?
So this whole thing, this whole space has given me pagan hookah vibes. So like Drax is gonna turn off the hat disguise, plump his ass down, and just, oh, thank Christ.
She's gonna take off her disguise and just go, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to keep that accent up.
I know,
You're
it's
doing well.
hard. It's very convincing, though.
Thank you.
You do
Better than
have
mine.
quite the talent for acting, darling.
Well, you learn how to hide things, you know, from your abusive mother.
Belladonna is gonna raise an eyebrow at that.
Like I said, may that bitch catch fire in the rain.
Catch fire in the rain. Sorry.
Like any mention of Isla's mother, you just see Drax quiet, but you see that, like, you know, everyone has that angry vein in their forehead.
Oh, Drax.
Uh-huh.
I've been saving this for a rainy day.
I don't usually like where this is going, Zinc, but continue.
He is going to pull out the good weed that he got back in Black Opal, and he's going to load a little pipe and light it and pass some to you. Don't worry, it's medicinal. It's not crazy.
Where is this from, Zinc?
Insert provider's name here. It's actually someone you would know because Black
It's
Opal.
the shop that you went to in Black Opal, but I can't remember the name for the life of me right
Belladonna
one-
is blinking as y'all are doing drugs in front of her.
now.
It was the one where Isla got mad at you.
Oh.
I
And
forget what it
Isla
was.
is right there watching you smoke it.
Yes, but
Yeah. It's
Think is gonna offer something to her. Be like, don't worry, it's very mild and
I do hope that is strictly for medicinal purposes.
it is to relieve stress. And the removal of stress.
Mhm.
I get back pain.
I have glaucoma.
Mhm.
That's a fantasy gnome in a fantasy world.
I was just like,
However, thank you, Zinc, but no.
All right, Belladonna, would you like some?
I don't smoke, darling.
Okay, Isla.
no, thank you.
Okay. And you see Zing just sort of like go from his like bouncy, bubbly self to just like a very like contemplative like okay, so we were able to speak with the person in charge of the library
Yeah.
/ academy.
Chancellor.
Yes,
Is quite a dear one.
such a sweet person. And as a result, we were able to get access to the library. You guys are welcome to join us if you want.
Do we have to show? And Drax pulls out his sentinel token.
No, we've taken care of that. The pass will let us bring guests, and we can continue working under the radar.
Yeah, Belladonna pulls up a library card.
All right.
So if you wanted to study any magics, Isla, you're welcome to come with us while we do our research. Of course, Drax, you are always welcome.
I don't have the aptitude nor the mental capacity for magics, but
Probably go.
They may have something for fighting styles or history of the area that might be helpful. But sorry, Belladonna, this tea is delightful.
Oh, thank you, dear.
And
It really is beautiful.
It's some of my own homegrown chamomile.
It's delightful in the palate.
and
The cups are quite extraordinary. I like
Oh
the
yeah,
little
they're
thing.
my dear mother's teacups.
I'm sorry, the flower's moving. Or did I somehow smoke some of that stuff without realizing?
No, the flowers do move. This tea set has been passed down in my family for at least a couple generations. My grandmother was quite the dabbler of magic and in pottery, so she designed this tea set to pass on to my mother, and my mother passed it on to me.
Note to everyone in the room, Zinc is consistently casting prestidigitation to keep the smoke away from people who didn't want to smoke, and is like sort of filtering.
You're
towards...
hotboxing yourself.
Like an orb of gas. No, I was gonna say if there's a window open or like a window nearby.
There is technically. I will say you know enough about magic to know that that if you do open that, it does run the risk of like some audio stuff getting out. So Presto might honestly be your best bet because it just cleans the area and doesn't have any like unwanted side effects in this case of like other people overhearing your conversation from the back alley.
But also, Zinc is the calmest you've ever seen him. He's like, I'm having a delightful time.
This is wonderful.
Drax kind of like sits up a little bit, and quite literally every vertebrae in his spine and his neck just clicks.
Belladonna visibly cringes.
Oh no.
There are many things I can tolerate. Bones cracking is not one of them.
Are you okay, babe?
I haven't worked a forge in years. I now remember the back pain. It's been a while.
Zinc has kind of caught me up on the situation going on here, so I'm guessing y'all are going deep undercover for this operation?
Yeah.
Well, I can only wonder what your other friends have learned along the way. I haven't seen the short one or his friends in a while. The very tall one, I think I saw her earlier today when Zink and I were heading to the academy. I think she was heading to a tavern of some sorts, probably. I don't know. And the really tall one, no idea where he's been. I haven't even seen his disguise form anywhere.
So we've left Devotion, Soother, and Darren unsupervised.
Darren's a really short fellow, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's technically unsupervised. He has that one little friend of his that he hangs out with.
You're not there. You're getting drunk.
Yeah, there's a visible smirk. Yep, that's Darren.
Are you sure him and that other guy are not together? Because they looked really close.
There's a story behind that.
Yes, I think
I have time to listen to stories.
Oh,
Does Drax be a cunt?
Am I doing this solely for my own pleasure? Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Drax,
Love you, babe. I'm on a different plane of existence.
Drax and Isla, before we divulge that story, were you able to glean anything, or do you want to tell us about your day?
Unfortunately, we've been very preoccupied to glean any information, because trying to gather information and work in a forge, or at least rebuilding a forge, is no easy task.
Surely once you get business running, you'll be able to open your ears up a little bit more.
Plan.
Well put, Belladonna.
Unfortunately, the Chancellor had nothing to tell us. They haven't heard of any disturbances in the city or of anyone clicking their teeth. I wouldn't be surprised with how high up their office is on campus. Really nice view, though, of the city.
Gorgeous views.
Just a gorgeous garden, too.
Oh, they're just such a wonderful person.
Hey, Isla. Fancy a trip to the garden at some point?
You will need to get permission and access to see the Chancellor, because that is their private garden they keep up in their office.
But I think Margie would let you in.
Oh, Margie is such a sweetheart.
Bless her.
I would love to see the garden. I really love flowers.
Oh, hold on. Zinc is going to combine dancing lights and prestidigitation to just sort of give like a small imitation view while keeping the smoke away, of course. And just sort of like creating like a mini copy that just echoes, like occasionally there's a scene here and then a scene here and then a scene here. There's like slight smells. Like it's not a facsimile, but it definitely has elements of it. And for probably like a good minute or two, it does create the vibe that like, you know, you're in like kind of like a foresty garden area.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good recreation.
What exactly is your favorite flower, Isla?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I really like all flowers, to be honest. But I kind of have this thing where I kind of assign flowers to people. It helps me identify them a little easier in a way.
Oh, that's interesting.
I personally kind of identify with snowdrops.
At the mention of that, Belladonna, you see her hands start to move and the sparkles return. And a little flower crown with snowdrops appears on your head.
Oh.
Hey,
Uno reverse.
that's
Hold on.
Is Isla gonna cry?
Zink's gonna look at Drax and just be like, all right.
Isla.
Good soup.
So she feels the flower crown and she just goes,
Oh, no, there's no need to cry, darling.
No, it's just very nice. I always make flower crowns for other people. It's kind of nice to receive one.
Oh. Well, that's...
Isla ever seen them before, or has she only smelled and felt them?
well, she's had sight, you know, since she was
Okay.
young, so she knows what
I
they
didn't know
look
how
like.
extensive the garden she had before was.
It's probably pretty small.
Jax, you said you were gonna divulge in a story.
Oh, Darren and so Xander and Rayla.
Yes, I know Ray Ray. I know her brother Xander just a little bit.
By the way, while this is happening, Zink is he's just like mindlessly like creating an image of the story like as you're talking.
And Drax just pauses for a moment. Ray.
Yes, Ray Ray.
Insight check.
You should have known from day one that I have fucked Xander's sister. What did you roll?
We'll see.
I haven't rolled yet. Come on, baby.
What did you roll?
Did you roll?
That's a nat 20, bitches.
I fucked Rayla.
Drax instantly just goes,
Oh, okay.
She just has a smile on her face.
A well-pleased smile.
well, Darren and Xander at one point were an item.
All right.
I was not privy to why they're no longer an item. I imagine communication issues.
The audacity.
Belladonna pours more tea into your teacup. It's just like, go on.
For the tea.
I'm sorry, Belladonna loves hearing you secrets.
And like Drax goes full bougie and just goes, so you see,
For the tea.
Pour the tea.
To please your future in-laws.
the let me get a couple of things straight though.
I'll
Darren
just
is
let you know right now that you can't get me straight.
Amen. Amen.
Belladonna, do you like whiskey?
She's gonna pull not a teacup out of her bag, but pull out a glass, and she's gonna set it on the table. She's gonna druid craft a cube of ice and plop it in.
Drax pulls out the dwarven flask.
Oh, oh boy. Isla does tongue.
Yes, honey.
I have some too.
I pull out another whiskey glass from my bag, and I druid craft another cube of ice. I hand it to Isla.
I love Belladonna so much.
I love Belladonna so much. Pours a shot for Isla and a shot for Belladonna.
You were saying? Sorry, I just had to make a joke in that moment.
Not even gonna offer me, huh?
Zink, I remember the
pull
last
out
time.
another whiskey glass and a cube of ice.
But
Before... It's okay, Belladonna. I'm going to pass, even though I'm sure the offer was forthcoming.
Well, if you change your mind, and I melt the ice and I put the glass away.
Oh, I'll actually, if you don't mind, some water would be lovely.
All right.
My throat feels like I've licked a cactus.
How do you? I don't want to know, Zink.
I probably know a cactus at some point.
I don't technically have the create or destroy water spell, but I'm pretty sure I have a water skin in my bag of holding. I pour you
Almost certain.
Oh yeah.
I pour you a glass. I use druid craft. I use some sort of magic to chill it for you.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. I chilled a glass for you.
Oh.
I hand you a glass of water.
And he's going to do like a little bit of magic to create like a mint water.
Ooh, nice. Continue, Drax.
Let's see.
But before you take a sip, Belladonna, a little bit about. I'm originally from Granite. If you've ever been.
Never.
Purely dwarven. This is dwarven whiskey.
I
He
take
could
a
knock
sip.
you on your ass.
I take a sip.
Would you like to roll me a con save? Just to see how well this goes.
God, I hope that my dice don't fuck me.
Roll shit and then the dog bursts in.
Oh my god.
God!
Let's see. I rolled a 13.
Okay. It definitely hits you hard enough that you do that that like like you feel that burn going down. It's not enough that it knocks you flat on your ass, like not that much. But it's definitely like you can tell just from this sip that it is much stronger than any other spirit that you've ingested. It's great, don't get me wrong, but you're also like, oh, that's dangerous.
That definitely kicks like a mule.
Old family recipe. But Darren, I trust Darren with my life.
Insight check.
Go for it.
11. No, 10. I rolled a 5 plus 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say since Drax is just telling the truth as far as I'm aware, I don't think it would have been that hard. I think it might be like meet and beat of a DC of 10. Like maybe you have to like kind of like wipe the whiskey induced like whoo out of your eyes, and you're like, okay, you're being level.
Okay.
I will take a sip as well.
Con save.
Let's see, what's my mod on that?
I'll be the
Okay.
waiting driver. It's okay.
Everybody's just prolonging this story.
I kind of like this, like,
Hey, I rolled a 19.
we're looking at Bohemian Lounge.
19.
19. Okay. You've had dwarven shit on a few occasions now. So you're a bit more used to it. You're doing okay. You take that nice sip, you feel that nice burn. It doesn't make you automatically like tear up, it doesn't make you cough. You can now appreciate it, and you can actually like kind of like, oh, there's like a hint of like leather in this that I never got before.
Leather, smoke, and a whole lot of oh boy.
Drax sees Ella just go.
Well done.
There was a face of utter pride on his like.
Can Zink reach over and like just close his jaw?
Where was I? God damn, I love that woman. I trust Darren with my life. He literally jumped in the fire after me. So he has my trust. He has my loyalty.
Belladonna's confused because I don't think she heard of the volcano incident yet.
Nope.
That one's a little
Yeah, that was one of the most recent things, so
Yeah.
Zink probably didn't have a chance to get to it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there was a volcano.
whole thing.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
Let's talk about it later.
Alright then.
And as much as I trust Darren, I will say this about him: he will have your back if you have his. However, the man cannot communicate to save his fucking life.
Is this when the dog walks in?
So I take it from this small story that he and Xander are not together anymore.
No, Darren is currently
Muted
in a relationship with my surrogate sister.
and muted.
And muted.
Am I?
Oh, is that
there
the
it is.
Zink? Is that the girl you were telling me about?
Yes, I believe it is. Brian wasn't paying attention. Sorry. You said Sierra, right?
Yeah, but she didn't say Sierra's name though. She's like,
Oh,
that was that girl you were telling me about, the one who.
Yes, the special one who's really awesome. Oh my god, one of my loaches is out. I haven't seen you in 3 weeks. Where have you been? Sorry.
Zink, you're starting to scare me a little bit. I think you've had too much weed tonight.
Oh no. Sorry. Sometimes I tune into other channels. This was Fish Watch.
You were saying, Isla?
I was just saying that Sierra is a really good friend.
From what Zink's been telling me, I've heard she's been going through a tough time.
Yeah, she's had some troubles. But I'm hoping that maybe she'll figure things out. We love her very dearly. We want her to be happy.
It's been a tough road, and we've only gotten through it because we got through it together. So I am very grateful for this found family.
Yes, we have.
However, that does not mean we're not at each other's throats every now and then.
I mean, we're like family, so
Belladonna leans in, is like, go on.
Takes the flower.
therapy session
So
has
look.
started.
So
he
look.
takes the the flask and just
It's just the four of us. I'm not sure when the others. Or the random cat has entered our room.
jeez!
Cat, hi, cat. Hey, I thought we said a privacy. Come on.
I
Continue.
I could sense that there was some tension amongst the group when you all arrived a couple days ago. Is there anything that you want to talk about?
Isla just sinks in her chair. No.
No.
Sugar, I can tell when people are lying.
But I'm not lying.
Drax immediately
You may-
goes,
You may be telling the truth, dear, but your body language tells different. It's not good to bottle things up.
unless it's alcohol, then you can bottle that shit up anytime.
Here, here.
Or Tylenol.
Let's just say a lot of the members of our parties, we have different priorities and they clash a lot.
That happens amongst friend groups. But I take it this was a rather big clash that happened.
I would say yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We were torn between coming here and going elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say egos clashed, emotions arised, and it got to a point where we thought, right, this is going to get us nowhere. And we devised a plan that works in everyone's favor for the most part.
But not before everything got heated. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of shouting.
And, you know, when we're angry, we say things that we don't necessarily mean. Myself included.
What exactly did you say, Zinc?
Oh.
Isla at this point is zoning out. Like,
no.
Just like.
I don't think I
no.
have enough weed left in my bowl here. Good weed.
Do I recognize the herb that Zinc has?
Brony.
It's called Yerba Buena.
Nature?
Nature?
Nature or survival? I could see either.
Okay, which one's my higher one?
Yerba
Nature is my higher one.
literally means good weed, and was the original name of
22.
Fuck yeah. Zink, what you smoking?
It is called Yerba Buena.
Yeah, when you mentioned that you don't have enough weed to discuss this, Sparkle Sparkle Druid Craft, more peers.
Yes.
Incredible.
Let's go.
Does that mean? Does that mean your average druid is your neighborhood pot dealer?
Yes.
Never said I was.
Yes.
Never said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's the thing: only trusted druids that like want to do it, but you know that if you get it from your local druid, it's gonna be one, not laced with anything gross. Two, it's not going to give you as bad of like side effects or after effects. Like you're not gonna have as bad of a hangover, essentially. And three, it's gonna be so fresh, so fresh.
Also, never said I was a druid.
True.
I just.
And
my
also,
mind heard-
I have the idea I can only create plants that I know. That's why I asked if I recognized the plant.
Oh yeah.
That way, I'm not just making drugs all the time.
But I also do like I like that little bit of lore to just sort of add in like no yeah, druids, they're your local pot dealer.
Ducks?
No.
Oh, look at that! Look at that, Zink. You got more.
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
Hold on. Hold, please. Okay. Fuck that wisdom save.
This is how therapy works. I bribe you with weed.
This is not normal therapy at all.
Hey, we need some sort of therapy going on with this group.
We do.
You know what? I am gonna open a window though.
Alright.
I'm just gonna just like prop open the window like a sliver.
Mm-hmm. Just so like the smell can go out and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then like still using prestidigitation, the smoke coming out is going to be a parade of different animals, and ships, and crystals, just like a barrage of different smoke cloud shapes. Very Gandalf-esque.
So what was it that you said that you regret, Zink?
Let me just say that we were all upset, and I was thinking about not everyone at the time. I was definitely focused on Devotion's family because they were very, very nice people in a very, very dangerous situation. As you know, that's why we're here. And poor sweet Isla, wanted to go somewhere else. Because, well, she has her reasons. I don't think I've told you that story just yet. But I definitely let my frustration between the two different paths rile me up. And I said some things to Isla that were very harsh. And Isla, I'm very sorry.
Is this your first time apologizing to her, Zink?
Formally, yeah, I think so. And Isla, you mean the world to me. Everyone in our group does, Sierra included. You're not charging by the hour, right?
No.
Okay.
I was like, she's holding Drax's hand. She's trying to stay present, but the disassociation is really difficult for her.
Druidcraft again. Gonna grow some lavender that sets in Isla's lap so that the scent helps calm her down. And try to help keep her from disassociating if that's what's starting to happen. Trying to kind of like anchor her.
And I also, if Sierra were here, and when I see her again, I will apologize, because I pulled something that was not necessarily, it's something my grandfather would have done.
And what was that exactly?
Well, I sort of used visual imagery to like make a point in bringing her brother and other things that we've sort of solved as a group into perspective. I guess the long and short of it is,
You tried to manipulate her, is what you're saying.
Manipulate's
And Belladonna says that with a very monotone voice, and her calm expression has kind of faded a little bit upon hearing this.
I don't think manipulate is the right word. I'd say it's a step further. Guilt. And emotional blackmail, maybe.
Now, Zink, is that what friends do to each other?
No, and I definitely think that a lot of it was my grandfather coming through, but it was also the anger. And when I do see her again, I will apologize. I just all I could think about were these poor children being like tortured, because that could be happening right now, and it didn't seem like anyone else cared, even though that we had helped other group members with their
Well,
issues.
Did your other group members voice reasons why they weren't so keen on going right away?
There was a discussion, and it was during this heated discussion that happened. So, I mean, I wouldn't do it again. If that was happening, I would have excused myself. Definitely smoked more of this weed, because y'all, have you ever seen me this calm?
Drax kind of pipes in. Everyone had their point to make in that heated discussion, and no one had an invalid point.
But it was definitely a bunch of emotions taking over, rather than logic.
Emotions and logic don't mix, and that's what we kind of forgot. And me and Flortmer, the elven gentleman that you saw, discussed a plan with him. We kind of built it up a little bit, and we came up with a compromise, and it's working as far as we know, for the betterment. But we're getting past that. Now,
hold on. Where has Flortma been?
I think last I saw him, he was shopping. He might be up in his room meditating.
he's fine. He's the one I trust unsupervised.
Oh, I know. I wish him well, whatever he's doing.
Now, would you like to hear the story of the Centaur Festival we went to?
Oh, I think I did mention that, because that's where I found the first piece of my my gem stuff, or my rod.
Belladonna just gives a slight nod, but even though she walked away, she is keeping an eye on Isla at the moment.
What you do notice is that Drax is holding her hand, like, not tightly, like not constricting, but like firmly, and running a thumb over not the palm, the back of the hand.
One more thing, Zink. I must never ever hear of you trying to emotionally blackmail your friends again. You understand? That is one thing I do not tolerate.
Don't worry.
When Mama Donna speaks, Mama Donna speaks.
When you see your friend Sierra again, you better apologize to her. Because from what I take from this, you have no idea what she's been going through.
I understand.
She'll take one more glance to Isla, and then look to Drax. So what is this about centaurs you were talking about?
Remember the kiddos, and the race, and the tents, and the forest?
Yeah, then we fought a disgusting centaur mutated blood monster made of necrotic magic.
Well,
I think she's wearing off.
Well, that sounds like a field day.
That was a Tuesday.
Real
Always
quick,
Tuesdays.
High or low?
Huh?
Real quick, Zink, high or low?
Ask me again.
High or low?
High or low?
High.
It's about this time that we hear Sutha. It's about this time that we hear a faint baying in the distance of a hound. And I'm going to do a quick jump cut over yet again. Also, to give Sutha a little bit of time to get back, and also because it's a roughly time. Oh, good, good. Real quick bathroom break for everybody, and then we come back in like 10 minutes.
Alrighty.
Be less, hopefully less.
I will run an ad break, and also I've got Streamlabs set up to where I can do my be right back sign and have everything muted. Yay!
That's awesome. Good shit.
So we will be right back, everybody. All right, audio's back on. Switch screen, and we are back.
All right. Welcome back, everybody.
I think we're
Fuck
back.
knuckle.
Yep.
So, nom. We did a jump cut away from you guys as the hound was obeying, and over to Sutha with a slight wibbly wobbly timey wimey bullshit jump as well to back when it was the middle of the day. Also, I'm gonna say Sutha, just for like time match-upness, that was the first like bartender that you had spoken to that actually had some information for you. Several others that you had spoken to over the course of like the previous day and the next one like had nothing, unfortunately. So you're in pursuit of this orc child. So what do you do? What do you do?
I follow them because I don't understand.
That's fair. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to make me an athletics check just to see if you stay back.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't want you to send me notifications. You said athletics check?
Yep.
26.
Fuck, all right. Turns out you don't have any trouble keeping up with like an 8-year-old, which is good. Otherwise, I'd be a little concerned. So, y'all are sorry. So you're pursuing. You are going after this kid. The kid seems to be going through like some of the more worker-ish types of areas and stuff like that. Like the trade areas kind of thing, merchanty stuff. It seems to be a lot of people that work with their hands. There's like tanners around here. There's other blacksmiths. You're in the slightly above mid-range stuff, whereas like the forge that Drax has been working on, Drax and Isla have been working on, is on the slightly below mid-range. So, you're in like a slightly different part of the city, basically. So you're pursuing this kid, and he keeps like shooting glances at you over his shoulder, and being like, "Oh," and trying to run faster, but he's not able to outrun a much older, very physically fit adult, almost adult. Just not happening. So eventually, this kid like skids to a halt inside another forge, actually, that you can see. And the forge is active. It's hot as fuck in here. Skids to a halt in there. And you see him like going behind. He's like behind the counter, and he's looking over at a human woman that you don't recognize, but you can kind of see some of her in the kid's face. And he's like tugging on her skirt and like pointing at you, and you hear him say, in this like kind of gravelly, like childish but still orc voice kind of thing. You hear him saying like in orc, which she clearly understands. She looks like Papa. She looks like Papa. What do you do?
No, we're good. That doesn't mean nothing, guys. That don't mean nothing. Anyway, we're all not to be racist or anything, but don't all orcs look alike?
Sutha, no.
I honestly didn't think of that till now. I was thinking something really wholesome, man.
What?
This is why we can't have nice things.
I thought it was because y'all were PC and they'd die.
That was more of it. Anyway.
Is it
Wait,
mad? Is it because of men that we can't have nice things?
Also that.
So, Sutha didn't go in the forge, right? She just like followed him, like she's like across the street and she sees the forge, or like.
I figure if you followed this kid like up until like the doorway, I figure you're like outside the doorway, but you're close enough to hear him say that.
Okay.
What's your passive perception? It's 10 plus whatever your passive modifier is, or your perception modifier. Sorry.
21.
Yeah. Sorry. With your passive, you are able to hear the clang of a hammer actively being used back in the forge, and like the roar of the fire and like the pump of the bellows. You're able to hear all that in the background, but that's kind of just background noise to what this kid is saying. So what do you do?
I look at the is there like a name above the door for like the forge itself, like the business, or no?
There is.
Oh,
There's a
fuck a
name
duck.
in common. It's in common in nice big letters, and it says, which I don't know if Sutha would know the significance or not, because she hasn't ever seen some names in common. But you see the name over the forge of it's spelled a little differently, but it's I think you said it was pronounced like Jax or Jax. Yeah, Jax Forge, Jaecs or CK apostrophe S, which yeah, you're pretty sure that's how your dad's name was spelled.
She like is about to like touch the door handle to like open the door, and then she like backs up and she just runs away.
Oh no!
I'm not ready. Sarah, are you okay? You're giving me very angry glare.
Looks like I have another cup of tea to pour for someone when they come back.
Well, I don't know if anyone noticed Mitch's expression earlier at his anger at me at a gift that I posted in the group, and then like you went and did the thing and they just and I'm like, oh, I used it too soon.
all I have to say, Sarah, is sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do.
That was done in poor taste.
I just took 86 emotional damage from that.
Yeah.
Sutha kind of just like what like runs away until she's out of breath, and then she just walks, and she like aimlessly.
Okay. Understandably. Let me think. I think that you'll honestly, I think Sutha probably like just kind of wanders for a while, trying to process what the hell this means, like what that can't be right.
Wait, can I redo that? Can I redo it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What do you want?
I have a better idea. I have so much better idea.
Give me.
So can we retcon and redo?
Yeah, small retcon. We're still in the moment, so yes, definitely.
She looks at the sign. She actually debating with whether or not I want her to look at the sign, or if I just want her to like barge in, be like, "Hey, I'm following this kid. Like, fuck the sign."
Roll for it.
I mean, yeah, no, you can just barge in.
Roll a d20 for an impulse roll.
Okay.
There's an option on the side for just roll the d20 by itself.
That's an 8. Yeah, she's just going barge in versus read the sign.
All right. So you do that. The kid like looks up at you with like just these big old eyes, and like kind of steps back and behind his mom's skirt and like is peering out from like behind it, kind of thing. The mom has like put like a hand down on his head. It's kind of like pat pat pat. He's got the same like really dark hair that you do, but he has his mom's like very bright blue eyes with like that kind of faintly greenish tinge to his skin. So it's like very obvious that like he's a half-orc kid because there's his mama. And the mom looks, for the record, just the mom looks nothing like your mom did that you remember. She's fairly pale. She's got kind of like sandy blonde hair. Really bright blue eyes, as I mentioned, like a huge smattering of freckles, like all over. It looks like instead of tanning, she freckles. So they're just everywhere. And like her hair is like really, really curly, and she's got it up in like just a one of those like messy buns that's definitely, but you can tell like it's not gonna move from where she has put it. Like one of those things. Just a very simple, like, you know, work dress, whatever the hell you want to call it. And the kid's got like his mom's freckles as well, like just everywhere. But she kind of looks up and she's confused. You can definitely see that. Like that, you don't even need to roll for. She's definitely confused. But as she kind of gives you, all right, she kind of gives you like a once over from head to toe, and then she just sort of, how can I help you today?
Sutha just kind of looks down at the kid and looks up at the woman, looks down at the kid, looks up at the woman. And she just asks, do you speak Orc?
And she replies,
Orc.
she replies in Orcish, I do. My husband made sure to teach me.
So is it like a shop, or is it like
It's sort of like the shop attached to the forge. Like there's some finished pieces out here. Like there's some smaller pieces of armor, like chainmail mostly. There's one or two like very, very, very extravagant like chest piece, like actual like plate mail chest pieces, but they look more for decoration than anything because there's a lot of soft metals in them, like gold. And there's a lot of very basic daggers and a couple of like more finely crafted swords and stuff. But it's all definitely serviceable. Most of it's meant to be used as opposed to displayed, except for those two like chess pieces. But this is like the shop attached to the forge.
all right. She's just gonna like take a moment. She's gonna be like, okay, just it's nothing. Don't worry about it. You know, clearly this is a woman. This is a human. Like, not to be racist, but that's human. Like, nah, that's not nah 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 nah. Ow. Ow. So like Sutha's just gonna like nonchalantly like look around the shop, and like every time she like picks up something to look at, she'll just like nonchalantly like do the rock look at this woman and her kid, like
which honestly, every time you pick up something, it looks like this woman looks like she knows something, but she isn't like saying more, but she'd be like, oh yeah, that one, honestly, that one's probably a bit better for like close quarters combat as opposed to anything else, but it's got a good blade on either side, very well balanced. Anytime you do that, honestly, she just gives you some information about the item that you're holding and doesn't like seem to offer much else. And the kid like is still staying, like he's doing that like little kid thing, because like I said, he's maybe 8 at most, so he's like got his mom's skirts in either hand and just has them like this, and is like just peering out from behind her skirt and like doing that kind of thing. He's not saying much else, he's just like
So Sutha goes over and she looks at the chess pieces that are supposed to be displayed.
Yeah. And she's gonna just pipe up, look, I'll be very honest, those are for some of the those are for the people that have more gold than brains. They're not useful out of anything except a display case. If you want something that's actually serviceable, though, a lot of our chainmail on this wall would actually protect you in a battle. That stuff, after the first 3 or 4 hits, it's more likely you're gonna feel it. Which, if that's your thing, that's fine, but it's not very defensible. It's just for the pretty price tag.
So Sutha kind of just looks at the chess piece, looks at her, and just snorts.
And by the way, and she's saying everything in Orcish, by the way. She hasn't switched to Common. But you just hear her say, those are for some of those families here that think they know what to do with the sword, and they really don't.
Sutha just kind of like looks to her, looks to the little boy, looks back at the chess piece, and doesn't really look back. And she's just like, I'm an orc. We don't hide behind armor.
Yeah. A lot of orcs that come in here don't really like the armor, I will say. However, we do have quite a bit of daggers for, as I said, close quarter stuff, just as an extra kind of just in case. We haven't got very many long swords, and I don't think he's yet finished any of the axes. But if you do come back by in about a month or so, we should have something better. Otherwise, we'd be more than happy to offer sharpening services or any kind of smaller scale upgrades in the meantime.
Sutha just has not looked at her. She just keeps looking at the little kid who keeps staring at her. Does he not see many orcs?
She kind of like puts a hand on his head, and he like looks up and looks back. And her voice is very, very soft at the next part. I think you remind him of someone, and he's a little shocked.
Sutha kind of crouches down, but again, she's like still at this woman's like shoulder, I'm guessing. She crouches
Probably.
down. He reminds me of someone too.
And the kid like peeks out just enough, glances up at his mom, and then you see him like kind of straighten his little tiny thin shoulders, and he takes like a half a step out from around like her skirt, and real quick, maybe an insight check.
My insight sucks, man. Oh, 15.
Okay. You realize that you have this moment of insight of, even though this kid is tall and a little bit lanky, you realize that just from looking at his face and like the fact that when he opens his mouth, you can see that he's missing some front teeth. He's not 8, he's much younger. It's just he looks taller and older, probably because of his orc side. He's very small. He's like at most reconfigure. He's at most like 6. He's young. And when you hear him actually talk to you in orc, you can hear like that faint lisp, and you can see like his baby fangs are coming in, or his baby tusks are coming in. So you hear him say, and he's doing his best to do like the, I am an orc, I'm gonna do this. He's doing like that whole thing, but he's also like holding on to his mom's skirt at the same time as he's like trying to do this. And he like kind of looks at you and looks down, looks back up. Why do you look like my papa?
First of all, this child is too goddamn cute.
He's like 5.
Sutha just kind of like sits there and just stares. Looks back at the woman. Just shakes her head. I think I could use some sharpening on my axe. How much do you charge?
Well, normally it would be about 2 gold per weapon, but we might be able to offer you. Would you like to meet our forge master?
I don't really see how that's necessary. Aren't you the... You seem to know your weapons. I trust you.
I know my weapons. I know my books. I'm very good at that. Our forge master.
I'm like prolonging this so much.
Yeah, our forge master is the one who actually handles the weapons. It's possible, especially given that you are also an orc, he may be inclined to offer a family discount, so to speak. But usually he would need to meet the people before he vets it. Would you like me to call him in? If you like, real quick, you can also make another insight check.
Insight check's not necessary. Sutha doesn't really understand what's going on or what she means. So Sutha's just like, I guess, sure. I mean, I have the money. You don't have to do that.
I know you do. But I think it'll be a good idea.
Sutha goes back
He
to looking at like
fucking
other
knows.
stuff while she waits.
And you hear this woman, like, us watching at home, I don't know if Sutha will pick it up, us watching at home, like, watch her open the door to the forge very wide. We could hear like that surge of sound coming through this and see like a few extra like little heat wave things. And we at home are like, oh, she's doing that on purpose. And you hear her say, much louder than she needs to be heard over the sound of the forge, Jake, could you come in here, please? Sutha, what do you do?
Sutha just kind of looks up from the thing that she's looking at, like kind of stiffens a little bit, but does not look over.
It's like, no, that's a common name. It's fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
There's a grief that can't be spoken. This pain goes on and on.
And you hear the sounds of the forge stop. You hear like the bellows stop, like pumping. The fire kind of like settles down to a very steady thing. It doesn't like roar anymore from added oxygen. And you then hear a voice that you have not heard for years echo out of that area. And he says, just he just says like, did you need me? And I need you to make me a wisdom save real quick.
It's not hurt.
Because you are suddenly slammed with memories of that specific phrase.
That is a 4.
Oh, baby. You are slammed with memories because that particular phrase, it's what he always said to your mom when she called for him, like when he was out of the room and she called, and he would call back through the house, just, did you need me? Did you need me? And you just have like, it's just this like just ping, it's almost like it's ping-ponging off different parts of your brain, like through the memories of just like that phrase from different things. And we just have this quick montage over and over of it, like of him like peeking around the door and saying it, or him like tucking you in and then turning over his shoulder to say it, or you saying something and him going like, did you need me, as he like comes out to like the back area where you were. And it's all of this like coalescing, and then it surges into one overlapping loud sound of just all of those different voices, intonations of just, did you need me? And it honestly, just because you had never expected to hear that voice again, it just slams into you with like the force of a fucking semi as far as your head is concerned.
Yeah, I'm guessing that she was holding whatever she was looking at and it has now dropped.
It has dropped. Yeah, there's like a clang. You hear like a little from the kid. The mom, you don't know her name yet, but the mom just doesn't, she's not upset or anything like that, but you see her like look over and like she looks like she's like, right, yeah. It's almost like she was like, this was going to happen at some point. We, the audience, see her like reaching through the doorway and like putting her hand like far up on somebody and then bringing them forward. We see like that flash of very dark green skin. We see the lips that have grown over like the remains of the tusk kind of thing. And then it steps into view a very large orc man He does not have his tusks. We see that his lip is kind of like settled back into place, but there's almost like these indentations in the formation from where they used to be all those years ago. We can see tons of scarring all over. And because he's a guy, and because he also like betrayed them by having that rebellion, he's actually got the brand in two places. It's on his shoulder blade, like where yours was, but he's also got it like right here, like right over where his heart is. And it looks like, even though it's still there, it has faded over the years, but he hasn't tried to remove it. But you can see it like peeking out around his tunic. But he comes into view, and his wife apparently like points over at you. He looks over, you guys lock eyes. You have the same eyes as your dad, or do you have your mom's eyes?
I believe Sutha had her father's eyes. She has her mother's hair.
Gotcha. So y'all lock eyes, and we have this like side by side comparison of like both like the exact same color and shape, but just in slightly different formation, just locking across the room. And you hear him gasp, "I don't know what Sutha does." And we see him go a little bit pale, and we hear him say, "Sutha?"
No, that's not the name he knows her by.
No, fuck, her real name was, God, it's been so long.
It's been a minute. Hold on, give me a sec. I have
Arya?
it saved somewhere.
That's right, because she's Sutha, Bear of Teeth from the mothers.
I think for some reason the name Elena is sticking out to me.
No, I think her mom's name was like something like that.
I know it began with an A.
Yeah.
I think it was Ari.
I think it was Ari or something. We haven't heard that name since the Verdant Forest arc.
No.
Ayla.
Ayla.
A-I-L-A.
Yeah. Sorry. So we see the locked eyes, we hear everything, and then we hear him go. And then we hear him say, "Ayla? What do you do?"
It takes her a minute. She's just like staring blankly, and she's just like, and she just looks at the woman, she looks at the child, she looks at him, she just look, it's like all back and forth, and she just like keeps staring at him, and she's just in like the like most panicked voice ever. She like, it's fumbled, like it doesn't make any sense, like it's a jumble of common and orc, and it's just like, no, you're a ghost, no, you're not real, you are not real, you are not real. And she runs out of the store.
Oh no, baby.
There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's pain goes on and on. Empty chairs at empty tables. Now my dad is dead and gone.
I will say, we get like this zoom in we get this zoom in effect of like you just rejecting this entirely, like this is not happening, this is not what's happening. Then you run out, and before we cut away, we see him like coming to the door and like reaching out, being like, and we have this one moment of like, it zooms back in on him, and we hear like this just very faint, almost inaudible, like it's just to himself in orc, and it's just like that reach of, and then like that sad but also like happy, like those are like combining, and we hear him go, I thought you were dead. And then we jump cut over to Sutha, who has been wandering the streets for hours at this point, just trying to come to terms with things, hearing the baying of a dog, who then it comes up, and like as you're, like I said, you've just been wandering, you're near-ish the Shady Shack at this point, not by intention, just because you've been wandering around, and you see this dog just kind of appear and like look up, and he like skids to a halt, his tail wagging, looks up. You're one of Darren's friends. He needs help. Follow me.
I know the way.
And then he keeps going to the shady shack. and
Lassie, go get help.
and
Lassie, go get emotional support.
and so that you're watching this dog go up like maybe a block down, go up to the shady shack and like circle it, and then like put his paws up on the window that like is in the back area where y'all are. It's still closed, but he puts his paws up and like bays at the window, and then y'all hear him saying like at the window, "Dearest friends, you're in the room. He needs help. You should follow me."
Is that
Come
dog
outside.
talking? Zeke, did you let some of that smoke float towards me?
What the dog doing?
The dog is
That-
done. Confirmed.
Did that dog just talk?
I guess it did. I snapped my fingers and let mage hands start to pack up all of the nice decorum I've brought into the room. It all goes back into the Mary Poppins bag.
The dog is still outside. Just, I will lead you there, but you must come outside. I cannot come in here. I don't have thumbs.
Clearly you do not.
Only one who would know the dog too.
We're gonna have to continue our discussion another time. Apparently this is priority at the moment.
I think, DM, I hope Drax is intelligent enough to figure out there was a talking dog saying Darren needs help. I should probably get my armor and my shit.
Yes.
Also the dog that jumped on you while you were sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, that cunt!
It's that
Yes, you
dog.
recognize this dog.
For a moment, Drax is like, "Oh, you."
Hello, friend. Darren needs help. You should come outside so I can lead you to where he
I
is.
have downed the rest of the whiskey. I will make a saving throw if I need to, but I'm just like,
Please
I gotta
do.
drink this quick.
Please do.
I should have been more specific when I said I need help.
Right, that is a dirty 20 for a con save.
All right,
Oh.
you managed to down the rest of it. You have eaten enough and you have a full enough stomach that you can
Mhm.
take it. But you do have that little like whoo on the way down. It's a good one, but you're
Hey.
not fucked up. So
Paige, I love you. I almost wanted you to go rolling up. Let you go. Take it. Stand up. Bam. Just reset. Okay, I'm good. Just like Valentine has a
I'm
momentary.
glad you have so much faith in me.
I have faith in you.
Dice.
I just always have faith in the die.
Alright. Continue
So-
packing up the room.
yeah.
Pull Isla aside real quick. You and I are gonna have a chat later, but let's focus on this. And then get ready to go follow the fucking dog.
Also, devotion, I will say, while everybody's getting packed up and ready, you're heading on your way back to the Shady Shack, like after kind of mulling over some of your stuff, not getting much else in the way of information on the way back. And you heard this dog baying. And as you get closer to the Shady Shack, you can hear this dog as it's like paws are up on the window. Darren needs help. You are his friends. You should come with me. So you are fully aware of the situation as well. You probably have I'm gonna say you have come from a different direction from Sutha, so you do like if you want to make a perception check to see if you like catch sight of her as she's maybe coming closer.
I can do that. That's not a joint. That's a
While that's happening, Drax is just very quickly going to turn to Isla. Honey, let's get our ship.
Okay.
Yeah. If the two of you are helping each other, I'm just gonna say it's gonna take half the time to don your armor as it normally does, so it'll only take like 2 minutes.
Yeah. That's a dirty 20.
It takes a lot less time to don armor than doff it anyway, but still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Ooh.
pulling a broom out of the Mary Poppins bag.
Just for to sweep or for to fly?
I say, I speak a word, kumquat, and the broom activates. Because I'm just like, I need to keep up with this fucking dog, and I'm gonna sit side saddle on the broom.
Are you pulling a Vex right now?
Listen. This is my comfort character. I can do what I want.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20. Okay, you do see Sutha like out of the corner of your eye, looking a little ragged. I'm gonna say she's had a day, looking a little rough around the edges. But
you look at her like, here's the dog. Put a pin in that. Here's the dog. Here's what the dog's saying. Runs up, puts on his armor, grabs his shield, sort of changes up his disguise into sort of like a young knightly humanoid. Humanoid. He's like like an older human, like sort of like your stereotypical like paladin. Like
the dog sees you and like gives you. You are not Darren's friend. You can stay here. I need Darren's friends.
Yeah, well,
sorry.
Like, I'm coming with you, and just like runs upstairs, grabs his stuff, changes, and comes back down, and then like, yeah.
The dog is going to very carefully like sniff around your shoes as everyone else is like coming outside, and then, oh, you are Darren's friend. You come with me.
Like,
I'm just sitting there on the broom because I never take my gear off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what's taking y'all so long?
You are not Darren's friend. Can come with or no?
Can come with.
Can come with.
Can come.
I pat the dog on the head.
Shield too heavy to carry around under.
Give him all the scritches.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, because I don't think anybody's actually had a chance to do this. When you scritch the dog, it's a very strange thing because it's very smooth because it's like an onyx dog, but it's almost like its little like the hairs on the back of its body would be made out of like crystals. They're like pointy, but
sandpaper. Like, I'm just like
little, almost like sandpaper, but like.
Ow.
But so your nails are smooth.
Hey, don't mind me using the dog as a manicure pad for a moment.
This dog's talking, right?
Oh yeah.
Apparently that's a thing.
Zinc
is still high.
Belladonna, no, too much. Too much. Too many.
Sorry, is there anything I could do to help you, dear?
Drax pours a water skin over Zinc's face. Wake up.
Makeup.
And you.
I cast prestidigitation to dry Zinc off.
Darren needs help. You are all his friends. You should help. There is bad people? I don't know. The other two are there. We should go.
All right, lead the way then, puppers.
Drax is fumbling out of the shady shack, like still on this last class of the arm. Just motherfucker, son of a shit.
Zinc will be
hopping into that last boot.
Zinc will be Antonio.
Sorry, what Zinc?
Oh, Zinc is just now Alfredo.
Very good stuff. So yeah, Sutha, you also see everybody gathered around the dog. I don't know if maybe you want the distraction or what, but the dog has made it clear that like you're included in this.
Oh. Hello, Sutha.
I am Alfredo.
Bearer of tea.
Alfredo.
My mother makes a redo manicari.
It is I, Antonio Alfredo.
Yeah. Hi. Talking dog?
Talking dog.
Yeah, apparently we need to follow where it goes.
Yeah, let's go follow the talking dog. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's go follow the
insight
talking
check
dog.
on Sutha.
Also, insight check on Sutha.
If you'd like to not reveal everything, you can try to roll deception.
I mean, I rolled a 12.
I'm almost tempted to give you disadvantage on the deception because you've had a day.
She has to beat a 12 for me.
Or a dirty 20.
What'd you get?
You're muted.
You're muted. Maybe I don't know what you said.
I saw that roll pop up.
6.
A
Yeah,
6?
no, you fit.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, 6.
Belladonna
Y'all
just
vote.
blinks. I'm gonna have a discussion with you as well later, but let's get going.
Yeah, let's go do the thing. Let's go save Tyrion. Yay!
Anything to let me not think about what happened today.
Yeah.
Belladonna's just slowly making a list of personal therapy sessions of this entire fucking group. Isla's up the top, Sutha's next. Devotion might be right afterwards, I don't know.
Damn.
Depending on what happens when we get there, maybe.
Yeah.
Also, Devotion has no idea that Sutha's freaking out about the thing he was going to go and tell her. Maybe a possibility.
Yeah, of course, y'all don't know what Sooth is upset about. You just know that she is upset and trying not to be, and is going to be doing other things too as a distraction. So, just as
Namely
clarification.
faces.
But y'all are fully aware that she is very upset. Especially Drax, because apparently you rolled a fucking 20. Yeah. Yeah, insightful, bitch.
Total of 28, by the way.
If the dog starts moving, I start flying after it on my little broomstick.
Yep. The dog keeps a pretty good pace, so you guys would have to essentially, at the very least, like jog, if not straight out like run to follow him. But he's not going so fast that Zinc, for example, couldn't keep up. He's fully aware of like what y'all can do and isn't like leaving anyone behind.
I'm like totally sitting side saddle, one hand at the front to like steer, and then I'm holding my fucking carpet bag in my lap. I'm a woman on a mission.
Incredible.
Quick question.
Sorry, very random. Kitsune showed me a monster that was just made of mimics as like as like his armor was a mimic, his shield, his hammer.
Oh yeah, the Warforged mimic. I love that so much.
And I love it a lot. Sorry, I was thinking about bags of holding, mimic bags of holding. Anyway.
Yes, Sarah?
Question. Since, as you said, it is my dog and attuned to me and picking up some of my traits, is this a sneaky dog?
When leading people or like when it needs to be, yes. I'm gonna say when he's leading people, not so much, but when he's like going off to find them, yes.
Okay. I just didn't know if all of a sudden they're like, and where'd you go?
No. He knows his job. His job is to lead friends back to Darren. Friends need to see him to do that. Once he gets back to you, he will probably disappear into the shadows.
I shall wait and fight when commanded.
Basically,
I'd like you all to meet my son.
I mean, a little bit. So y'all are following the dog. I have no idea if you named the dog Darren. But
I feel like we did. I have to go back and watch it.
I don't remember.
Also, I love the idea that Darren being brought up in amongst the spies and everything was told he couldn't have a pet.
No.
Because, how are we going to feed it? It's down underground, wants to be outside, and now he has a dog that he doesn't have to feed. It's just, it won't die. It's just like, doggy.
No, he just has to rest for a week after you use him for a certain amount of time.
6 hours.
Yeah, and you're nowhere near that at this point. Like at most, you may have used, like by the time he gets back to you, he may have used 2 hours. I'd say keep track of that, please. Y'all are following the dog. About 2, maybe 3 blocks out from where Darren is, the dog like starts crouching a little bit, and he'll look around at all of you. You must be very sneaky. There are bad people here. Or he like kind of lifts a paw.
Alrighty then. And I just... Oh god, do I want to use a spell slot this high already? Do I have another? Hold on. I'm checking something.
Well, I pop it at first. I'm using Veil of Dusk, so I get a +1 to my stealth. And I'm no longer... I'll be rolling... It's straight rolls, and I get a +1 to my stealth rolls. So I'm as stealthy as I can possibly be.
It only lasts a minute. I'm not gonna waste a spell slot on that. I'm just gonna hop off my broom, deactivate it, put it back in the bag, and try to walk as stealthily as possible.
So I'm guessing stealth check from everybody.
Those are from everybody. I'd say Belladonna, since you're literally on like a flying broom, you're not making sound by touching the ground. I think you would get advantage, honestly.
Okay, I'll stay on the broom then. Stay on the broom.
I'm just saying.
I roll
Oh,
perception.
fuck.
Oh,
I have disadvantage. Shit.
I got a 23, bitches.
Nice.
Am I rolling
You are
perception?
soylent. Do what?
Am I rolling perception?
You're rolling perception to detect them.
Did someone give us a boost to our stealth? I
That
thought
was
one of-
Sierra. She's not
That
here.
was here. She is
Oh,
not.
not it's not one of the
And that would
paladins?
only be with if she cast Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
I
Which
got
is
it.
hella help.
I got an 18.
Wait.
10.
I got an 18. I rolled a 16.
I can indeed cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yay!
Oh. Hannah, would you like to give a hand?
So what you're telling me
Yes.
is you guys were
Like-
already planning to replace Sierra.
No.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm
love-
kidding, I'm kidding.
Hit you.
I just love this thought of like Isla's like about to step forward and hears like the creak of Drax's armor and goes, nope.
Not one step, honey.
Just,
One more step.
she might channel Sierra in that moment of like, no. Quiet you.
Which is good because
I
My
will
first-
cast Pass Without a Trace.
which is good
So
because my
that
first
turns my 23 into a 33.
33.
good Christ.
And that makes
Everybody have a
me
plus 10.
28.
28.
I just want to say I have disadvantage. My first roll was a 19 on the die.
What
My
was your-
second
Right
roll
there.
was a 4 on the die.
Haley, I got a 4.
Oh. Ooh.
All right,
But-
cool.
But thanks to modifier
Pass without
and
trace?
pass without trace, total of 19.
Okay. Lol, the equivalent of your first one on the die.
Yeah.
All right, Alfredo, what'd you get there, buddy?
10 before Pass Without a Trace.
So dirty 20.
Yep.
All right, and Sutha, what did you get total? With the plus 10 from Pass Without Trace. Also, person I watched The Great Mouse Detective last night, and I've got Radigan's song stuck in my head.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, how much does Pass Without a Trace give me?
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
And
I
it's
mean,
for stealth?
Yes.
18.
Nice. All right. Good stuff. Y'all,
Toxic Love stuck in my head since Formative Fox did that. It was so good. Ah!
Anyway, Tim Curry's amazing. Anyway, so y'all all managed to do really well. Darren, what was your total perception score?
26.
26. Okay. So you hear everybody except Belladonna, because she's not walking.
Wait, can I try to look for the small rogue man?
Sure, roll me perception.
God. I
Roll
only get
myself?
I only get a plus 12.
Yeah,
I only get a
and-
plus 2 to this.
And
so-
Darren, you roll stealth as well.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
I know you're gonna beat it.
28.
All right.
Why
So
do
you
I
don't
bother?
Y'all don't see each other. Y'all don't see each other. But Darren, you're aware of the rest of the party arriving, so hopefully you assume that Belladonna is also there. Yeah, because you have no problem seeing the rest of the party at all.
Has,
None of y'all,
has Darren actually met Belladonna?
yeah,
For like
Briefly,
2
right before I
seconds
left.
and then
for
he
like 2
left.
seconds.
Yeah.
Rayla probably
Oh,
has
look,
made
there's
it
a
clear
fortune
that, like,
teller. Beep.
yeah, Rayla has also made it clear that like she's helping the party and like, you know, she's really awesome. Just saying. So Darren has at the very least heard more about Belladonna than he's actually interacted with her, but he is fully aware that she's supposed to be helping and staying with the party. He might be confused in that he doesn't see her, but he, he's not
He thinks
a
anything of it.
totally.
Damn it. That means I can't sneak up on him and just be like, hello.
No, unfortunately, because y'all don't see each other, so like literally, you're just like, I don't, whatever. So, Darren, you do see the rest of the party approaching. Rest of the party, you do see the dog. The dog has taken great care to remain like within your line of sight, but also very quiet. So y'all are following the dog along, and he eventually like comes to the intersection, like a crossroads basically of a couple of streets, and then he like looks at all of you and then points his little paw at the specific warehouse and then points at the roof. And then you hear him say very, very, like very, very quiet, Darren is up there. There are bad people inside, so be careful.
At that point, with the dog saying where Darren is, do I see him?
I think, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say since he's actually like pointed out specifically, like he's on the roof. It gives you like a more concentrated place to look.
I'm gonna start floating up.
Yeah, I was actually gonna look down at the group
Mhm.
because I know where some of them are and wave.
You still don't see me. So
Careful.
I'm slowly floated up. Just gonna
Yeah,
float
'cause
up next to him.
You got a 33 total, so yeah, you got a large.
Y'all are gonna hate me, but I just gotta. Hey, y'all! Just gonna pop up right next to Darren.
So Darren, what do you?
It's just in the darkness, just this bright pair of like whitish blue eyes with no pupils or irises looking at you from the shadows.
Do you say this quietly though?
I'm like, hey, hi there. I say it quietly. Hello there.
That's the impulse check because you just snuck up on an assassin.
Do it. Kill my character. Do it.
No, that's fine. Roll your impulse check. How'd it go?
I did. I rolled high, so but it gets close.
Just
Listen, I just want Sarah to stab me, okay?
He has a very, very business expression when he looks at you, and he's obviously very armed. Like he has a dagger out at this point, but he also has a very straight.
You see that teal-skinned tiefling woman who's dressed in bright-ass colors, sitting like side saddle on a broom, holding a carpet bag in her lap, and she's smiling at you.
Hey, Paige, haven't we made checks specifically because Darren stabbed Sierra?
Yes, stabbed her before.
Technically.
Technically.
Yeah.
But Darren's got a dagger in one hand, a weird-looking animal body part in the other, and he just turns at you very quickly, and then just.
I mimic him.
Down, and points down.
Float
into the
over
hole.
to look down.
So yeah, so Belladonna, what you see, and everybody else, what y'all see as you join Darren on the roof. I'm gonna. Okay, yeah, cool. Y'all actually are able to. The way that this place is set up, because it's kind of crumbling and gross, there's actually like fairly decent handed footholds to get up there. So even if it takes you like the better part of a couple of minutes, y'all are all able to get onto the roof. Especially with Pass Without Trace, y'all are all able to get onto the roof without much issue. It might take a couple of people a little bit longer, but beyond that, you're fine. So y'all are able to look down and see the scene before you that I described a little bit before, where this is a place that's definitely like a like kind of like a smuggler's den, a criminal's den, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's got that tent with the cult symbol on it that Devotion instantly recognizes and probably sets all of his teeth on edge. You can see that it's mostly empty now. There's not even like any of the stragglers. The cauldron has been filled up to the top and is far, far heavier than those like glowing bricks that have since stopped glowing and have been put back in place. And out of anyone in there, the only person that is actually visible on that floor, besides like the occasional like peals of laughter or like clicking that comes from the tent, is Anya, who is quiet, completely blank faced. Her head's like kind of, she's not holding her head necessarily fully upright like you and I. It's kind of like tilted to the side a little bit, almost like she's just exhausted and like just like that. But her face is utterly without anything. There's no emotion, there's no like cognizance. It's just blank, and she's sitting at this point, and very gently like kind of rocking back and forth as she's sitting. Y'all make me a perception check, just collectively.
Real quick, I was gonna say that before Devotion made it to the hole, Darren will just like pause and put his hand out with we're going to take this slow motion, but he doesn't say anything before letting Devotion actually look in.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
Also, are the twins here?
24?
I rolled
Sorry,
an
Paige.
8 for perception.
Okay. You see the scene exactly as described.
15.
15?
27.
27. Isla?
25. I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Actually, it's very fitting with the bard. Okay. Darren?
28.
Okay.
I'm a bard too. I don't see
Sorry,
shit.
one of the bards.
17.
17. Zalfredo?
It's in the group. It's a 3.
Oh, damn. All right.
Oh.
Zeke is just appalled by everything. Okay. So if you rolled a 15 or above, you're able to see the scene as described, and you're able to hear those like peals of laughter coming from the tent. If you rolled a 20 above, you're able to see basically that Anya is very blank, very much like not there, but still like cognizant, like still like obviously mobile and walking and like able to move around. She's not like being held prisoner. She's here. She's got some residual like wounds, it looks like, from potentially marks here, but not much y'all can do at this rate. Isla, what you get with your nat 20 is you catch the very, very faintest little strains of what sound like a lullaby that she's humming to herself as she's kind of rocking back and forth. And it's just like these little tiny snatches every once in a while. You can't hear the whole song, but you can definitely tell it's some kind of the lullaby themed thing, basically. You're not sure if she's cognizant that she's doing it, but she's doing it. You're not sure what the fuck that means, but you know what? It happened. So yeah, so you see all of this stuff sort of stretched out before you. I think Belladonna, especially like for like what you have heard so far, it's just sort of like, oh fuck. That's a whole lot. That's a
whole lot.
Especially because no matter what, all of you, like no matter your roles, all of you can see the very definitive, because you all have some familiarity with magic, especially fire magic. You all can see the definitive scorch mark in the center of this room that denotes that a fireball went off, and some piles of ash that haven't yet skated away.
All the flowers that were woven into Belladonna's hair and horns have wilted and crumbled and turned to dust and gone away.
So,
Okay.
Devotion sees the motion for Darren, sort of knowing sort of understanding the signal. He sees all of that. Through the disguise, anyone's looking at devotion, his eyes are glowing bright with rage. But he's clenched his hand, and his right hand is twitching. But he's composing himself, but he's struggling. It's just like twitch. Because that's his tech. Is that his hand twitches.
Is Drax near devotion?
Are you? I know you're near Isla. That's given.
Yeah.
Would you have put yourself near devotion, or would it not have occurred to you?
I would have.
Okay, fair enough.
Just very quick thing. Drax literally like grabs onto. I can't believe I'm doing this. Grabs onto the Loki hand. Just shut him up. We have work to do.
It was very calm.
You son of a witch!
He says,
Excuse me.
"Excuse me." Yeah. He says
How
very
simple that,
calmly.
Mark.
He says entirely too calmly, "It's not him."
Don't care. He shuts up. We have work to do. I'll be clear.
So.
You
Oh, continue.
Sorry. You helped me. Let us help you. You're not alone. All right?
Hey, Drax.
Oh no.
Yes.
I
I love how everyone's just like.
Everyone just tightens. Hey, can you make me a charisma save?
A charisma save.
A charisma save.
Oh fuck me. Okay.
I know that's Isla's job. I need you
In
to
advance, I appreciate what you did. However,
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You've given me 2 nat 20s. Come on, give me another. Give me another.
Oh no.
What was
Is that
it?
good or
What's it?
is that good or bad?
Is it good or bad?
Oh no.
Okay, no,
I
I have
fucking knew it.
inspiration. I have an inspiration. I'm giving it to you.
do it again.
Oh shit.
Yes,
Roll
do
it
it.
again. I'm
Roll
giving you
it.
my inspiration.
Roll.
Right.
We
By the
ain't
way,
doing
I
this
fucking
shit.
called that.
We ain't doing this shit.
I think
Roll
like
again.
it's gonna be a 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was an 18 on the die.
Okay.
Okay.
21 total.
Okay. Good stuff. So,
We ain't doing this shit.
Drax, real quick. Drax, you feel from where you grab his hand, you feel this. It almost feels like the shifting of snakes' scales beneath your skin.
Oh.
Sorry. But to clarify, Devotion's not moving. He's not doing anything. It's literally just a magic effect from the bullshit. So you feel like snake scales almost like sliding against your skin. It's smooth. It's warm. It's too warm. And you feel like a flex of muscle. And you hear just very faintly, just like on the very the very edge of your mind, like, "Oh, you're Thor's champion." But you're like, "Nope, we don't have time for this shit." Nope. And you just like,
Shut up.
you just
Get out.
tamp it down. You just
Yeah,
and you're able to,
like if he physically reacts, the emotion's just gonna like tug on his on like the wrappings, just like
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
so you're able to tamp it down. You can like give Devotion like that reassuring squeeze and let go. You don't feel anything else, but you are very, very fully aware now. You're one of the few people in the party that you have heard Loki's voice. And it's a lot. So since we're almost out of time, I'm gonna say what our end thing is. Oh, did you want to do something, Paige?
I was just wanting to have Belladonna mumble to her patron.
Mm-hmm.
Amalthea, grant us strength in this future endeavor. And she like cracks her knuckles and shudders when she does it. Ugh. Don't
Aw.
like that sound.
Good shit. I'm gonna say you get like a little like zing through your system of like
Yes, my patron is the last unicorn. Because I have the Pact of the Celestial.
I love
And I can
it.
choose a fucking unicorn.
You get this little zing of like, it almost feels like little sparkles like kind of going through you, and it feels just good. It's like that nice reassuring thing, honestly. And we go from, I think like the camera like goes from like focusing on that moment to like showing everybody as a wide shot, and kind of like focusing on how everybody's trying, like the various levels of tense and like ready that everybody is, because y'all are all like, y'all gonna get shit done. Y'all are gonna get shit done. And I'm very happy about it. And we then like see it go from that to, it then zooms in really quickly onto Devotion, onto like his right eye, and then a little bit further into like, it's almost like it's going into his headspace basically. It's all black, red, a lot of mixed stuff. And then we see this very, I don't know if we actually got Tom Hiddleston. I'm gonna say we did. We have the budget. We got Tom Hiddleston to play Loki again. And he's reclining back on a chair, on a throne. And we hear him saying that Devotion will also hear of just, oh, this is going to be interesting. And that's where our credits roll.
Fuck you, Tom Hiddleston.
God damn it, Tom.
That man.
That man.
That man makes me very gay.
But yeah. Hi, hello, everybody. I have fun.
Guys, we're gonna be going into combat next round.
Almost certainly.
Yay! I have an idea, because both me and Belladonna want to get Anya out of this situation as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah, fair.
So I have an idea.
Also on a tiny.
I can use Dimension Door.
Good thing you're a tiefling.
You know what?
Yeah.
Bye!
Also on a tiny.
Bye, Felicia.
Highlighted happy note. Isla has chosen a flower for Belladonna.
Oh.
Which.
Is it the Belladonna?
And we lost to Brian.
That's Brian.
That's Brian. Brian go bed.
Yeah, Brian had to go bed. What's the flower?
A pink magnolia.
Oh, bless your heart.
That's amazing. Also, I'm completely free next Friday, so I get to spend the entire day like.
All right. With that, because some people need to head to bed because they have work in the morning and stuff, we're going to end it here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 69. Nice. We will see you all next week for episode 70, where we're going to go into combat. Yay!
You get to experience my sister firsthand. Aren't you excited?
I think it's going to be like place bets of who's going to get first blood.
Also, Icarus.
Yeah.
For next session, I'm happy to also pilot Flotma for combat.
Okay. Especially because I know that Brian's got a lot going on and might not be able to rejoin us for a while. He might also be on a special task for Anubis, so y'all might just be done. But also, y'all are all OP as fuck, and I don't think you necessarily need
I
another.
figured Florma stayed back at the Shady Shack, just to wait on all of us, and if we're not back by a certain time, that's when he comes after us.
I like that as well.
Yeah. He's just like, I gotta go save the kids again.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right. With that, we're gonna end stream here. Thank you all for watching us. Tune in next Friday, and make sure you join this Sunday for Last Minds of Feldever. We love you all. Goodbye. Night night.